Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN on 94.5 ESPN, the Wisconsin On Demand app, and streaming live at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
On this Friday, Kyle, Brust, and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. My name is Ben Brust from the basement of my home, back at the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studios. Festive Brad Nortman taking the place of Kyle Wallace right now on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison. Kyle, no holiday sweater for you? Did you quit on Thursday?
No, it still has red in it and white. I had to go to a little bit of a more professional event, so I had to dress up a little bit today.
See, Brad, are you in the holiday spirit?
I am in the holiday spirit. I was walking in totally expecting to be in lockstep with Kyle Wallace on his final day of the sweater
This
festival.
gives holiday, doesn't it?
No, that's not holiday. It's gray and maroon and white.
It's a teensy bit holiday-ish.
It's not.
It's winter.
Especially when he's being the holiday guy all week. And then on Friday, he comes in and, I have a professional event.
Oh, okay, Ben, I'm going to get to you. Gray. Is there any gray that you all see?
I don't see gray. I see white, red, and blue.
Yeah.
Did I say gray?
Yeah.
I meant cream.
Okay, I was just making sure you weren't colorblind.
Well, and the one that I'm wearing, I've been waiting on this one to wear. What is the Santa doing?
He's doing the dab.
He's dabbing.
You're the dabbing Santa.
Cam.
Oh, my
Cam.
gosh. When did you get that? 10 years ago? The dab's
Newton.
out of style.
2015 season when the dab of Cam Newton was in vogue, was popular. He got the whole team these.
This is from Cam.
This is from Cam. This is in our locker.
So wait, why did Cam give you all white Santa dab and it's supposed to be him? Shouldn't it be a black Santa dabbing?
I think he just ordered them.
I just imagine it's what was out there.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought Cam should have got himself dabbing.
But hold on. Okay, great point. But then it becomes less of a Christmas sweater.
Him in a Christmas thing looking like Santa Claus, Cam Newton.
I have a dumb question. Is it unanimously known that Santa is white?
I would say Santa. Santa could be. Santa could be whatever. Wait a minute. Santa could be whatever it is. Santa's not a real.
No. I know I am not in person, but I'm not going to let you do this right now. 800-990-3776 is the ESPN Wisconsin talk and text line.
My Santa was black, but because it was fantastic going on Santa at the mall as well. But my big beef I have, remember the people who played Santa? They weren't the real Santa. They were mocking Santa from North Pole.
Why was it so fantastic?
Because it was cool going to take pictures with somebody who was being like Santa. He told you, I talked to Santa. I talked to the reindeers in the North Pole, and they told me, like, hey, you've been a good boy, Mr. Wallace. You going to get a lot of toys. No coal for you.
Did he say that every year?
Every year. Every single year. But I do have something for you, Ben.
What's up?
Why haven't you thanked me yet for saving the day?
What did you do?
What do you mean, what did I do? You sound real clear right now. You sound good right now. You didn't do what you were supposed to do, and I had to save you. And I want my thank you right here publicly on KBN.
What? The fact that one of our teammates dropped off a piece of equipment so I can do the show from home?
Yeah, who you think got you that piece of equipment? Not you. You didn't ask for it. You didn't even tell your supervisor and your boss, or you didn't tell the executive producer of the show, hey, I'm going to be out today. Are there any potential
producer of the show?
The executive producer of our station. You didn't say, hey, I'm going to be out today. Is there anything that we can do to potentially have me sound great and clear? No, you didn't. But you know who came?
This is blasphemous.
No, say thank you.
Yesterday, before I left the office, I said there is a high probability due to a sickness in the home for our daughter that I will not be coming in, but I will be wanting to do the show. And I said, let me know how to best proceed. I can take a kit. I can go on vMix, which is a link that I'm on where you can see me on YouTube.
I don't feel like you're being honest and open right now.
No,
honesty is important.
You guys get it's funny when you try
honesty is important.
Greg Scalzo, who joined us yesterday on his biweekly appearance, really learned how to do effectively is to actually learn the truth and use it against me. When you guys don't have the facts behind it, it just becomes kind of sad.
You're just making things up. First and foremost,
behind
Ben,
it.
if you truly cared about the show, you would know exactly what you need to do. But instead, Kyle Walls had to come save the day. So all I'm asking is for you to say thank you. And for you to next time communicate not just with me or with Strofe or with Brad or with BD, to also talk to Ashton. You need to make sure everybody part of the show knows exactly what to do.
All right. I'm sorry. You're the best. I'm the worst. I'm Santa Claus right now. You're going to get everything you want for Christmas. Everything's going to be great.
Brad, you should say thank you as well, or he would have sounded like garbage too.
No, I'm out of this one. You can just take all the credit.
No, you're welcome too, Brad.
Okay, there you go. Thank you, Kyle.
So
Thanks, Kyle.
it is
You're
a
welcome,
little.
Stroh.
It is a little odd right now because I'm sitting in my basement and I don't like not being at the studio. But what do you make of the setup? I was hoping I had a further view, but right now it seems like I'm really trying to flash the Final Four jersey that my dad got framed for me in the background on YouTube.
Yeah, the view is very singular of that jersey, and it's not. By the way, shout out to Daddy Brust, Big Daddy Brust, not Ben Daddy Brust, because it's a sick.
I didn't like that.
Papa Brust.
Papa Brust. It is very singularly focused on that jersey in the background. One thing that's throwing me for a loop,
Big Daddy Brust.
Big Daddy Brust. Kind of like the sound of that.
From Big Daddy to Daddy Jr.
It's weird to see you in a gamer chair. Like a gamer chair is very much like college, early 20s. I was expecting a more professional chair. I mean, you are a father, you are engaged, you are the lead host of the show. I mean, there are certain maturity level steps that you have taken, but clearly some things cannot be shaken from the old Ben Brust that we used to know. The Ben Brust that used to pee in bottles, that used to, sort of be acting more crazy, even more crazy than he does now. And so there are some things, there are some antiques that just cannot shake free of Ben Brust's life. Clearly, the gamer chair is one of them.
Let me ask the audience this, because I know a teammate who is the last person you would expect to have a gamer chair. If you work from home, this is not uncommon to have a gamer chair or a chair like this, because I got a cushion underneath my lumbar. It's got good posture for me. 800-990-3776. Does anybody else have a gamer chair that they use when they work from home? Because even if it's not used for gaming, it is a great chair for my posture while working from home. I'm also going to have my fiance come down and take a picture of my setup, because the way it looks right now on YouTube, it looks completely different from the way I have my computer on a cardboard box on top of a table that you have in the middle of a room. It's not exactly the best setup in the world, but I feel like I have accomplished a lot today, and I'm not going to have you come at my gamer chair, because the gamer chair is dynamite for my bad posture.
But gamer chairs are for children, Ben. You're an adult. You're a man. You're in your 30s now. And sometimes you just got to shake the
Right, you better be
things.
careful with that.
Why?
The gaming chairs for children. You might get ripped by the gaming community. They have a lot of
Yeah, the
time.
gaming community goes deeper than Brad knows.
If you are gaming, then maybe I can understand it. If you're like someone that dedicates a lot of time there. But that's not Ben Brust anymore. That used to be Ben Brust. That's a former Ben Brust.
That was Ben Brust a year ago.
Do you guys like new Ben Brust or old Ben Brust?
I actually like new Ben Brust a little bit better.
It's bits and pieces of both.
Yeah,
I like new Ben Brust.
Yeah, because old Ben
Shouldering
Brust
responsibilities.
Yeah, old Ben Brust had a little bit too much time to be a jerk sometimes, and new Ben Brust, I feel like it's like, hey, I got to take care of a beautiful baby daughter, so
Yeah,
I can't be a
old
jerk.
Ben Brust had too much time on his hands, and that too much time led to peeing in bottles and things that were just like not things you shouldn't do as a functioning member of our society.
He's a degenerate.
Yeah. And now he's got responsibilities, he's got burdens. That sort of tightened up all those bizarre things that Ben used to do.
Well, just for the listening audience, apparently people think we're not talking about Santa in the right way. I really look forward to Santa coming down all the children's chimneys this year, as they are going to get the greatest gifts of all time.
I love Santa.
Just as Kyle sat on Santa's lap back in the day.
No, I absolutely love Santa when he comes down the chimney or comes to the door when you make sure it's unlocked and giving him some milk and cookies.
comes the door.
Yeah, I
You gotta
just
unlock the door. If you
realized
don't have
that
a chimney, you have to have a door.
I just realized
unlocked.
that Kyle might have just ruined any children's in cars Christmases. So, Kyle, I would like you to apologize to the audience.
What do you mean I would have ruined anybody's Christmas? I don't know what you're talking about.
I think you hinted at Santa.
Ben, what are you talking about? What are you talking about, Ben? Let's just move forward, Ben. Let's just move forward, Ben. We all love Santa Claus.
We all love real Santa Claus coming down the chimney to eat your milk and cookies. 800-990-3776 on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison. Now, look, we're heading into a Monday night football game, so it's another non-Sunday game for the Green Bay Packers, which means today it's hard to sit here and be like, you know what? I want to talk about the 14.5-point favorite Green Bay Packers against the New Orleans Saints, who aren't going to have Alvin Kamara, Derek Carr, Olave's been out, Taysom Hill out, Spencer Rattler's going to be the quarterback. We'll get to that, but when it comes to looking at this team moving forward, Bradley, you've had a lot of theories, and I don't want to call them theories because you do have some smart takes every once in a while, but as it pertains to Goody, I think we'd all have to agree that Goody's done a pretty good job formulating young talent on this team. But in order for the Green Bay Packers to win a Super Bowl, I think you have a bone to pick with the general manager of the Green Bay Packers. Jordan Morgan, the first-round draft pick of the Green Bay Packers, is out for the season. And with that, I want to turn over to Brad on the other side to tell you why that Goody is not doing a good enough job to make this team do what Kyle thinks is inevitable in the next 3 years, which is to win a Super Bowl. Coming up next on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, live from Ben's basement with the boys at the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All Studios, and someone running the show at the Everlight Solar ESPN Madison Studios. We get deep in the weeds on Goody and if he's doing a good enough job for the Green Bay Packers to win a Super Bowl. Coming up next.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
DKB, they get all my love, all my energy, and all my time. I'll be danged if GKB and Craig not going to allow me to take my half an hour boo-boo. If I need to do that, they need to allow me to do that.
That's your whole lunch break.
I don't even take a lunch break. I work during lunch.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com. Whether it's live or in podcast form, you've heard us on air with all of our shenanigans.
Gabe, I'm throwing some. Why are you throwing? I don't want.
Now see your favorite 94.5 ESPN show streaming on video.
By me, by the way. I hit that microphone like 4 out of 6 times on that.
Subscribe to ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube and get notified when we hit the air live. Plus, you can watch back any second that you miss and see original digital content too. Watch, listen, interact. ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
'Tis the season of giving. Ho, ho, ho! At your nearby Milwaukee Metro region, Hunis Auto Group dealerships. Hunis is the area's #1 rated car, truck, SUV, and EV holiday headquarters. During our exclusive Season of Savings sales event, we're offering our biggest discounts of the year on our entire inventory of America's best-selling brands from Buick and GMC at nearby Hunis locations in both Oak Creek and Greenfield. Thinking pre-owned? Your local Hunis dealership has the area's biggest selection of pre-owned cars, trucks, SUVs, and hybrids, starting as low as $39.95 and payments as low as $199 per month. We're paying above top Kelly Blue Book values on all trade-ins, no matter the mileage or condition. Now that's giving even Santa would be proud of. Ho, ho, ho! Our huge Season of Savings sales event is going on now, exclusively at your nearby Milwaukee Metro region Hunis Auto Group dealerships or online at shophunis.com. From the Hunis Auto Group family to yours, have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Let's get the latest from Lambeau. This is your green and gold fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Tri-City National Bank, your hometown bank. Tri-City National Bank offers a full suite of personal and business banking products at 28 convenient locations. Open your account today at the community bank that was voted Milwaukee's best bank. Learn more at tcnb.com.
A win on Monday night at Lambeau Field over the New Orleans Saints clinches another playoff spot for the Green Bay Packers in the second in a row with Jordan Love as his quarterback. But this time, it's mostly been the play of the running back, Josh Jacobs, that has made the difference lately. Here's head coach Matt LaFleur.
Very few times do I feel like when we give him the ball, he doesn't make the first guy miss. And so hopefully we'll continue to draw up some better things for him.
Jacobs has racked up almost 1,200 yards this season and has already matched his career high with 12 touchdowns.
This has been your Green and Gold Fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Tri-City National Bank.
Family's bigger? Out of space? We can help you find a new place. Just make Tri-City your first call. We're here to help, loan large or small. Tri-City National Bank, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS 433891.
Give the gift of a special night out from the Bartolotta Restaurants. Purchase a gift card at bartolottas.com and get a $20 holiday bonus for every $100 you spend. Happy holidays from all of us at the Bartolotta Restaurants, and thank you, Milwaukee.
Ring in 2025 at American Place Casino. Join us for the Oztacular Countdown featuring $50,000 promotional drawings, merchandise giveaways, live entertainment, and more. They say seeing is believing, and at American Place Casino, you'll believe you found a real game changer. From table games to the hottest slots, plus dining, bars, and more, we've got it all. This New Year's Eve, let the celebration begin. Must be 21 years of age or older. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, crisis counseling and referral services can be accessed by calling 1-800-GAMBLER, 1-800-426-2537.
From your best friend who lives on caffeine to your teenager who always forgets to fill up their tank, Quick Trip gift cards are the ultimate holiday hack for everyone on your list. Pick one up in-store or online, and they'll have everything they need. Coffee, snacks, groceries, fuel, and more. All with one thoughtful gift. And honestly, who has time for complicated gift shopping? We know you don't. Give the gift that keeps life moving. Holiday gift cards from Quick Trip.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
First round draft pick for the Green Bay Packers, Jordan Morgan, out for the season. If you missed that news, with a right shoulder injury, he had played 6 games in the Green Bay Packers 2024 season. Ben Brust live from his basement. Kyle Wallace and Brad Nortman and Alex Strofe hanging out at the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All Studios, and with you across ESPN Wisconsin. 800-990-3776. Again, 800-990-ESPN. I'm going to toss it over to Bradley Nortman because I don't know if he has a bone to pick with Goody, but I think he has a challenge for Goody.
Yeah, not necessarily a bone to pick, but an observation. A challenge is a good way to put it. And this news of Jordan Morgan being out for the season now after not contributing much this season. Now, it was primarily due to injury, so no disrespect to him. He's got a long career ahead. Too early to tell what his career looks like. But it's got me thinking about Goody, got me thinking about the Green Bay Packers. And guys, I came to the conclusion that if this team is going to win a Super Bowl, if the Green Bay Packers are going to win a Super Bowl, then Goody has to start figuring out his first-round draft picks. Goody's inability to nail the first-round draft pick is what is keeping this team from being a true Super Bowl contender. Now, the fact that he has done so well in rounds 2 through 4 or 5 has allowed this team to still be, good to very good. But you look around the league, you look at the guys who make a perennial impact, the guys that are all pros, Pro Bowlers, the guys that you have highest expectations, even the guys that come and start right away and make the biggest splash, usually, most often, and statistically come from the first round. But you look at Green Bay Packers, I mean, the 9 draft picks that Goody has had, I'm not going to go through all their names. You can do that on your own time if you wish. We have done that on this program before. They are, 2 guys that jump off the page. You got Jair and you got Jordan Love. Outside of that, they teeter between busts and okay starters. I went back and looked. Of all the Pro Bowlers that make the Pro Bowl in the NFL, 35% of them are first-round draft picks. So most that is a big tilt toward Pro Bowlers being the first-round draft picks. Your expectation is your first-round draft picks are your stars, your studs, the guys that have the biggest impact on your team. You wring out that rookie contract for as much as you possibly can, and those are most of the time the guys that get the bigger contract. But Goody has filled the coffers and the starters of this team with primarily later-round draft picks. Now, they're good, but you don't have the special splash player, the playmakers that are usually found in round one. Instead, Goody has been swinging and missing total busts or guys that are just like okay starters. Again, outside of Love and outside of Jair Alexander. So if this team, Kyle, is going to be a Super Bowl contender like you want, like I want, like all of the, and Ben, and Strofe, all the people that we expect from the state of Wisconsin, Goody needs to start hitting these first-round draft picks. It is what is keeping this team from being a Super Bowl contender today.
No, Brad, you are...
Now, Kyle, before you answer that, I do want to put this out to the audience. 800-990-3776. Does Goody's success post-first round give him a pass for not doing what Brad is wanting him to do and landing more of a perennial Pro Bowl caliber player in the first round? Do you give a pass to Goody for what he's done in this post-first round with his draft picks?
Yeah, so when I have been in classes where you get a pass or you get an IC for incomplete, right now he's going to get an incomplete. I'm giving him a pass on the fact that...
For Jordan Morgan?
No, he's an incomplete. He still has work to do, right? I'm not going to... He gets a pass because of the work that
he did. An incomplete? How do you give a guy an incomplete when he's been the general manager this long?
Because he still has time, right? And when I
this
say
is the longest class course has ever been in Earth.
Because he's been able to, butter me up, give me enough cookies, been able to do enough extra credit in the other rounds in order to buy himself more time to start turning in some work and turning in some papers that I can now start grading him based off the first round, because the first round has been abysmal for him, right? And that, as Brad said, is the thing that's probably holding this team back from being a perennial power, because when you continue to miss, you're missing on guys that can be difference makers. Now, listen up. When we talk about the two teams that are ahead of us, I'm not talking about the Minnesota Vikings because they're good. And we know they got Justin Jefferson, they got Jordan Addison. They've done a good job drafting. But the other two teams that are ahead of us, you're talking about with the Philadelphia Eagles. Quentin Mitchell doing very well this year. Jalen Carter, a good guy, a really good defensive lineman. Jordan Davis, another good defensive lineman. Devontae Smith. Those are all different draft picks they had since 2021. Now remember, the Detroit Lions, garbage, trash, bad organization. But what did they start doing? They drafted a guy in Taylor Decker. What did he do? He's been starting for them. Frank Ragnow, starter. TJ Hawkinson, he was the starter for them for a while. They moved on from
Those
him.
are impact dudes.
Aiden Hutchinson, Jamison Williams, Jameer Gibbs, Jack Campbell. Like, these are guys that they drafted in the first round that are on the roster now, and they are part of the turnaround. When you look up and down the Green Bay Packers roster, you see guys on there, but they are not the biggest impact guys. When you look at a Rashawn Gary, he could make an impact, but you know what? You know who makes the biggest impact on that defense? Is Xavier McKinney. And you know in the last game, who popped out of everybody? It wasn't anybody drafted in the first round. It was Edgerrin Cooper, who was drafted in the second round. So overall, for this Green Bay Packers football team, the reason why they have not reached what they wanted to so far is the failures of Goody in the first round. But when you draft as well as he had outside of the first round, that's what allows your football team to be where they're at now. If he had hit in the first round, we'd be talking about the Green Bay Packers being in the class of probably with the Lions and with the Eagles right now of being really
then how do you give him an incomplete if you're making the argument against him right now?
Because he is still gotten this football team to a point where when we get to the playoffs in a couple weeks, the Green Bay Packers will be in a conversation for a team that has a shot. We will not be the number one team that has a shot, but when you say who are the top three teams, when we talked about what the odds are at Potawatomi, the Packers are the number 3 team in the NFC ahead of the Minnesota Vikings. So you have to give him credit for that.
Let's take this away from a grading system and more towards making you actually give an opinion instead of giving him an incomplete, which is the biggest cop-out I've ever heard.
It's not a cop-out. I just told you
Gutekunst. Pass, fail.
But I see it.
Brian Gutekunst, the general manager of the Green Bay Packers, is elite, great, good, or average. Kyle, you tell me.
He's a great GM. He's a great general manager. I mean, he's teetering on elite, but he is absolutely a great one. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. When you are able to
Strofe, if you didn't put up the poll that I texted you, I think I like that one better.
If you are able to find the star quarterback, right? You find the franchise quarterback. Check. That's a huge thing. You're able to draft a corner in Jair Alexander. You're able to sign guys like a Josh Jacobs and sign guys like a Xavier McKinney. You are a great general manager because you put great pieces together for a successful football team. But to be elite, you have to be able to be like what the Baltimore Ravens have done year after year after year. Even though they haven't won a Super Bowl, they have won multiple Super Bowls in the last 20 years. The Green Bay Packers need to be able to he needs to be able to turn it around like that where we're starting to win Super Bowls in order for him to be elite.
Yeah, I'm going to go with I'm teetering between good and great. I'm going to go with great for these reasons. Great because this is the youngest team in the NFL, younger than last year, younger than the team. They're going to reset records this year for youngest team, right? They're going to be the youngest team to make the playoffs again, reset that record down below. So these are all his guys, right? So he has been able to craft a team that has gone to the playoffs 2 years in a row, that has been a formidable opponent. And the reason, so that's good. That is enough for me to be good. Great is because he identified Jordan Love. It is hard to find a franchise quarterback who you feel like no matter what, you are in any game, in any given season, you can win a Super Bowl. That is thanks to Jordan Love. Those things make him great. The reason he's not elite is for the reason you said, Kyle. I'm so thankful you went and named the first-round players that the Eagles and the Lions have both selected over the last couple of years. Those are Pro Bowl to all-pro elite dudes. And the Packers lack those guys. There are so few Pro Bowlers and all-pro level guys on the Green Bay Packers. It's a lot of good. It's a lot of B's across the board. But they don't have those playmakers, those studs, where, you listed those guys for the Lions and the Eagles. And I'm like, goodness, those are great teams. The Packers lack that. It's what's keeping them from being elite, and elite teams win championships. That's why the Packers don't feel like they're quite there yet.
800-990-3776 on Twitter at KBN ESPN. The poll that Strophe has put up: has Brian Gutekunst been an elite, great, good, or underwhelming general manager of the Green Bay Packers? Love to hear your responses. And 800-990-3776 right off the bat. Paul in Milwaukee chimes in. And this might be because Brad has been kind of a heel this week. Brad is off his stance again. I don't know if this is a fact check thing needed. 30 to 40% of NFL first-round draft picks get a second contract. But
30
the
to
way
40%.
I read into that.
Say the stat again, please, Ben.
30 to 40%, according to Paul, get a second contract when drafted in the first round. So the way that I would present this is then, if that were to be true, is Goody doing enough outside of that it's okay? Or do we need to hold him to the standard of, if you want to be elite, you need to be in the higher range of first round draft picks? Because I guess if we just wanted to use the 30-40%, if you go through all of his first round picks, he's probably right around that clip. If you look at Jair, you look at Rashawn Gary, you look at some of the other guys that they've signed post. I guess they didn't re-sign Darnell Savage. They did pick up his fifth-year option. You can go through some of the names. Devontae Wyatt, jury's still out. Lucas Van Ness, jury's still out. Quay Walker, don't know what his future is in terms of hey, is it going to be easier to move on from him because you land an Andrew and Cooper? But regardless, I just want to know what people think about how he's doing, because the impact that he's having in the first round, I do believe, could have an impact of what this team could be even further than what they are right now.
Well, the texter actually proves my point for me, because it goes right in line with the stat that I said earlier. 35% of Pro Bowlers, 35% of first-round draft picks become Pro Bowlers. Those are your lion's share of Pro Bowlers. Those are the guys that usually get the second contract. Now, of the 35% of the guys, 30 to 40% that get a second contract, who do you think are the teams that are drafting those?
Go ahead, let them know, Brad.
The teams that are good, the teams that are elite, the Lions, the Eagles, the Bills, the Chiefs, the Ravens. Those are the teams that are successful. It's the teams like, my Jacksonville Jaguars that take swings in the first round and they miss, and then they stay in a subpar football organization for too long because they keep missing and keep missing and keep missing in the first round. The teams that extend their guys, the teams that go on to win Super Bowls, they nail the first round because they end up being littered with talent. They reward that talent, and everybody enjoys the benefits of being successful.
Yeah, Brad's right on. But I do want to say this, Brad, is you said something there about Goody. I really do think we got to give Goody as much credit as possible, because we have to remember what he did with Malik, right? Malik Willis. When he signed or went and traded for Malik Willis, a lot of us sat here and said, well, he's getting a guy that was going to get cut. And Malik Willis, though it was going to be Matt LaFleur who coached Malik Willis up, he was still able to identify potential talent that he can give to his great coaching staff to put them in a position to, if Jordan Love were to get hurt like he did this year, to still be successful. So right now we're focused on the big glitz and glam of the first-round picks. We still have to get him credit for finding a Rasul Douglas off a practice squad from the Arizona Cardinals. He's done those good things, which to me solidifies him as a great GM. He's a Super Bowl away from being elite.
You use the word good to then put him to great. So, again, this could all be based as well on the success of the team moving forward, especially with this young core. So I understand where you're going from earlier. It's like it's incomplete, but like ultimately he still was the general manager when Aaron Rodgers was in town, and people were critical of them not making as many free agent moves, and part of that could be because he gave some contracts that put a lot of dead money moving forward after Rodgers. But let's go to Beads in Milwaukee, 800-990-3776. You're up on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
Well, thank you for letting me in. I'd like to ask Brad first what percent he puts on GM's landing a franchise quarterback.
It's significant, and it's the reason why I put Goody in the great category, right? Because he's good for fielding this young team and being able to put a quality football program out there. He's great because he landed Jordan Love.
All right, now, Brad, what size waist do you wear?
Oh, that's a personal question.
You never
Beads.
asked a man how much he weighs. What size waist do you
I
wear?
didn't ask
We're
how much he weighs. I want to know the weight.
I'm probably a 33.
Yo, you ain't no 33.
Okay, so you're probably hovering in like a medium to large size, depends, because it depends on the day for you and which side you're leaning with. And you got poopy pants again, sir. Have a great day.
Well, I wonder, how do you figure, Beats? I mean, how do you figure? Like, my stance on Goody has been consistent. He's a good to great GM.
No, he's a great GM. Don't say the good. He's a great GM.
He's a great GM. That's how I casted my vote. He's fielded a great team. This team is not elite because he has not hit first-round draft
picks.
And
we're holding him to a standard of championship elite, right?
Exactly. That's our standard.
But that's the standard for the Green Bay Packers. In the grand scheme of things, there are probably 25 other teams in the NFL that are salivating to have an opportunity to get a guy like Goody to be their general manager. As a matter of fact, in this division, they would probably, all three teams, other than the Lions right now because they hit right now with their guy, but those other teams in the division across the NFL would love to have a guy like Goody who can build a sustained success like football program like this, but then on top of that can identify good quarterback talent as well. So we right here are holding him to an elite standard because that's what the G is all about.
And if you think he is elite, I would love to know why, because you have to figure out how to dance around these first-round draft picks that he has clearly missed.
And
that
it's
other
funny
teams
you say
have
that,
nailed.
Brad. Because on Twitter at KBN ESPN, on our poll, has Goody been elite, great, good, or underwhelming? Early in the voting, but still telling. Elite at 28%, which is in second place. Great, 41%. Good, 24%. And the haters of Goody, everyone's got lovers and haters. The underwhelming is 7%. We'll continue this conversation. 800-990-3776. Has Goody been elite, great, good, or underwhelming as the general manager of the Green Bay Packers? First, I need Brad to tell us the seasonality. It doesn't matter. There's something he can go to in his right hand and sip, sip, sip all day long.
Oh, that's right. In my right hand, it's already like formed to the can of a carbless. That is what it is. Especially a night like tonight. It's a Friday night, baby. What do you think I'm going to go do? I'm going to go watch some football. I'm going to go down to the Nortman fridge. I'm going to go crack me a carbless. That is what I do because I understand why Liss is more with carbless. I mean, it is a guilt-free option when you're looking for a ready-to-drink cocktail. It's gluten-free, it's carb-free, it's sugar-free, less carbonation, 100 calories per can. Everything I love that checks all my boxes. Not only that, there is a flavor for everybody. Black raspberry, lemon, lime, and cranberry around the holidays particularly hits. But if it gets a little cold outside and you want to feel like I just want to transport to a beach somewhere, they got margarita, they got strawberry margarita, mojito, classic cocktails across the board. Guys, the holidays are busy. If you're having people over, if you're going to a different party, you don't have time to make these cocktails straight up. Do yourself a favor. Go to your local grocery store. Pick up a couple packs of Carbless. You'll be the most popular person at your holiday party, family or friends. It doesn't matter. Everybody in my world loves Carbless. I want you to love Carbless too. Less is more with Carbless.
Alex Strofe, our producer, who had Mr. Irrelevant Monday, Wednesday, and today on Friday on YouTube at ESPN Madison, at ESPN Milwaukee, starting at 12:30, has a lot of stuff planned for us today. A fun throwback to what we do at Summerfest. I'll just tease it. Wicked cast member or college football playoff member? But next, he has Becoming Relevant with Alex Strofe.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
When I'm, again, doing the Pack Arena, and as a shareholder, when I'm sizing up my ring,
right, Pack Arena right now.
1 pack of 2 pack of 3 pack arena.
Hey.
What's
the word? Jordan Love to Christian Watson. Nay, that's a touchdown.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
My house has a new glow. I love my windows. Universal Windows Direct.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Kyle Wallace. Right now at Universal Windows Direct, get 0% financing for 60 months, restrictions apply. For the last windows you'll ever need, go to uwd.com to schedule your free in-home estimate.
I love my windows. They've got that brand new home effect. Universal Windows Direct.
Whether you're about to graduate high school or have been in the workforce for years, it's time to take control of your future. Welcome to Lakeland University, where you call the shots. We use our flexible learning formats to customize your degree path. In-person, online, and virtual classes are all available. Lakeland University is designed around you, your goals, your schedule, your future. You can even earn up to 25% of your degree via paid work experiences. Ready to take control of your future? Let us customize an education to fit your needs. Visit lakeland.edu/ESPN to learn more.
Take the stress out of the holiday season with the Milwaukee Bucks. Get all your shopping done with Bucks deal season offers, featuring great gifts and limited time packages that even Scrooge will love. Score deals for everyone on your list, including yourself, from the Milwaukee Bucks and Pfizer Forum. 'Tis the season for cheer with your favorite deer. After all, there's no place like Pfizer Forum for the holidays. Shop the offers today at bucks.com/deal season.
Yes, the Bucks are back.
The Bucks are NBA champions once again.
97-81. They clobber the Thunder. They are the Emirates NBA Cup champions.
Wait, isn't this only December? Oh, NBA Cup champions. Well, that's still good, too.
We have a lot of things that we got to improve. We are going to improve, and we're going to stay locked in because job is not done.
Talk NBA Cup champion Bucks right here, 94.5 ESPN, and on ESPN Milwaukee's YouTube page.
Hi, Drew and Jonathan Scott here, reminding you that American Family Insurance agents can help build a customized renter's policy so you can protect stuff like this, or this, or even this. Well, case in point. Life's better when you're under American Family's roof. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Get your hydration on track with Water Joe. Water Joe has 0 calories, 0 sugars, 0 artificial sweeteners, and 0 carbs. Get a liter of Water Joe at your local Kroger, Pick and Save, or Metro Market for just 99 cents now until January 5th. Just purified water infused with a kick of caffeine. It's a great alternative to sugary sodas, sugary coffee, or energy drinks. Get that liter of Water Joe for 99 cents through January 5th at your local Kroger, Pick and Save, or Metro Market.
Prize Picks is the best place to get real money sports action. With over 10 million members and billions of dollars in awarded winnings, Prize Picks has made daily fantasy sports accessible to all. It's simple. Pick more or less on at least 2 players for a shot to win up to 1,000 times your cash. Run your game all season long on Prize Picks, America's #1 daily fantasy sports app. Make your holidays bigger and brighter with Prize Picks, the best place to get real money action while watching your favorite sports. And again, you can win up to 1,000 times your money on Prize Picks. Prize Picks is the best place to get real money sports action. Join now because this holiday season, Prize Picks is giving away 2 free picks in December, and they're giving away $30+ million in rewards during Picksmas. Download the app today. Use code WI to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. That's right. Download the app today. Use code WI to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. Run your game.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
What more can I do?
basement of my home. Alex Strofe, Kyle Wallace, and Brad Nortman hanging out at the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All Studios, and one of our great producers in Madison at the Everlight Solar ESPN Madison Studios. 800-990-3776 if you want to get your thoughts in at any moment. I see the text coming in. Because I can't see them, Alex Strofe has a lot of power today. If he feels like you send something that's worthy of being read on the air, he will hit this sound of the KBN Sports Desk. So, Strofe, it's on you today, and it's on you right now for becoming relevant.
Hey, Mr. Irrelevant, it's time to become relevant. Strofe's time to shine on KBN starts now.
I bet Brad Nortman had the best night of his life last night.
Oh, wow.
Did you?
Maybe.
Well, for the first time since 1976 in the NFL, a fair catch kick was made. That's 48 years. That's the first time in all of our lives. First off, Kyle and Ben, I go to you. Did either of you know what a fair catch kick was prior to last night?
I do. 2006, Whitefish Bay versus Slinger Owls at Slinger. At the end of the game, they catch a punt, they wave a fair catch, and they run the kickoff team on the field, or whatever, it's the field goal team on the field to try to win the game like that. And they missed it. There's probably a video of that somewhere. I can bring it in.
Oh, wow. So, 2008, Mason Crosby kicked one.
Ooh.
He missed it, obviously. As I mentioned, the last make was in 1976. Ben, did you know this was a thing?
I had absolutely no idea, but I loved it. I absolutely loved it. It felt so weird and different. Strofe, I give you a lot of crap because you're one of those scoregami guys. This was rarer than a scoregami.
Much rarer. Much rarer. And Brad, I'm sure you were super familiar with this.
Oh, my goodness. So I was leaning back into my couch, very reclined, very casual position watching this game. And when I saw the kickoff team come out, I shot up in my couch. I said, oh my gosh, they're doing it. They're doing it. I couldn't believe it. Guys, one day.
Because you were a holder in the NFL. That should be noted.
Yes, I was a holder in the NFL. One day, every season, in training camp, you work on all the abnormal special teams situations, right? This was always one of them. Literally, the only film that anybody ever had of it was of Mason Crosby doing it. So I watched that every single year when I was in the league. And once a year, you ran it, but you're like, we're never going to freaking run this play. And sure enough, and then I texted you guys that special teams coordinators across the league salivating, so exciting, a new thing in their belt to say, hey, see, this does happen. You got to listen to us when we do all these abnormal things. I couldn't believe my eyes. I'm telling you, we hear this all the time.
That makes me so happy.
It was so great.
What were you watching film of how to hold it?
Is there anything else you guys...
They just set the scene. They set the scene. They're like, this is what happened. This is what it'll look like in a game.
You're like, okay, I'm going to hold it like this.
Hold it steady now, Brad. Hold it steady.
Brad, is there anything else that, we may not know... that what happened yesterday that you may practice in special teams that we should be aware of? Because I feel like I know just about everything, but I don't.
Well, that one is exceedingly the most rare. So we would also work on take a safety, snap goes over your head. What do? You kick the ball at the back of the end zone. So there would be certain things like that, but I ran, I think, 2 or 3 take-a-safeties in my whole career. So, and you see those a couple times per year. So there are some that you see that are just strange special teams, like a punter taking a safety. This one, you need the exact right situation at the exact end of a half or game. It's just it's just wild, absolutely wild that we saw.
Did you ever boo one out of the back of the end zone when you were taking the safety? I would have loved to have, if I was taking a safety, just pound one all the way up the stands.
So I never actually had a snap go over my head. Shout out JJ Jansen. Shout out Carson Tinker, my long snappers. So I never had a bad one like that. The numerous take a safeties I had, though, it was wild because I got it. It was a purposeful. You run to the back of the end zone. And all the punt team, you're literally instructed, hold your guy. Literally, hold him, get the flag, it doesn't matter. There was one take a safety penalty that I had in Carolina. I believe we were playing Washington. It was like a 20-second play. I felt like I was back there for an eternity. I was literally just standing on my heels back there waiting for a guy to get me. So, and it made the rounds on social media like one of the longest plays of the season. Freaking 20 seconds to take a safety.
That's a lot of shine for you.
Brad Nodolovsky. All right, I want to get your attention to the video stream, ESPN Milwaukee, ESPN Madison on YouTube. The last man to make a free kick back in 1976 was Chargers kicker Ray Wershing. That is his player card from 1976. In that picture, he is 26 years old, which is my age currently.
He looks 50.
My gosh.
This man has a thick mustache, burly, curly, brown hair, and he looks like he's about 55.
What happened?
What
I think
went
it just
on in the
speaks to
70s?
how much more of a man he is at 26 than you are, Stroh.
But Ben, that man looks 20 years older than you do, and you're 10 years older than me.
They don't make them like
That
they
guy's
used
not
to, guys.
26. There's
He's
no
26
way
in that
guy
photo.
is 26
That's what I'm
years
saying.
old.
What was in the water in the 70s?
Lit. What you mean? They're still trying to get it out now.
Thick mustache.
That is burly.
I mean,
That
I
is
can,
strong.
I can grow an okay mustache. I can't grow that.
No.
Well, and the flowing locks, and he looks like, I mean, the dude's got a jawline. He looks like he's been like to war.
Shoot, he probably was Vietnam. I don't know, Korean. Listen, we are pansies now. With the way they grew up back in the day, we heard the story. I walked 10 miles to go to school. Heck, I don't want to walk 10 miles in a year. So I'm just telling you this right now. We different than they are. That's a stressful individual. He's seen a lot by 26.
He's seen a lot.
And he's
He
a
has seen a
kicker.
lot.
Imagine what the offensive linemen look like.
Wow.
Yeah, brutal. All right, final thing for you fellas. College football playoff gets going tonight. Indiana at Notre Dame. Keyword there, at Notre Dame. These games are on college campuses, and since we will never, well, maybe we will someday, but since in no time in the near future will we have a home college football playoff game in Madison, what the hell would happen? I mean, the city would be a not literal fire, but I mean, it would be on fire.
It would be.
Strofe, you and I would attack the city. We all would have to make sure that we have. This sounds bad. I love being on the radio. If you want me to be on the radio, I'll be on the radio. But if you don't, we're going to attack the city own that day. It would be absolutely electric. ESPN Wisconsin College game day. Brad will be up there doing the show. Kyle, Strofe, and Ben having a good time, becoming friends.
Contributing to the NIL fund
to get some tickets for you guys. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be. I said it's going to be. In my hypothetical world that happens in my lifetime, it might be the most hungover I will ever be.
That's so sad. He said if it happens in our lifetime. We were 2 years away. Like, literally, we signed him, and we got a new football field so we can get heated field so we can host one of these games because we thought we would be one of the teams. And now he's saying in my lifetime. That's sad.
Well, I mean, it's been very poor. But, I mean, the thing is, right, like, for these college campuses, this is the biggest game they've ever held on campus of any sport, right? Because when it comes to national championship games, always neutral sites. Conference championships for football and basketball are neutral sites. This is a legitimate championship. What would this be? A quarterfinal, technically? No.
Yeah.
What's before a quarterfinal?
No, it's not quarterfinal. It's just like a round or something because quarterfinal
will be next week.
Round of 16.
Sure.
Well, it's a round of 12, but nonetheless. Yeah, I mean, this is the biggest game ever held on these college campuses. It's just a wild thought to me to think of what it could have been.
Well, and you
Madison,
think about
Wisconsin.
the games that are come to mind of the biggest games in Camp Randall history. Think of Ohio State #1 when we beat them in 2010, and just other games like that. And it's middle of the season. You still have season to play. A do or die moment, playoff level game. The city of Madison would have an electricity and a life that had never before been seen. It's cold. It would just be absolutely on fire. And it's not impossible. I mean, going back and looking at polls. I mean, there's a handful of times we fall in the top 12. Now, in this current college football and under Fickle, who knows? But it would be the most amazing, unforgettable day in Madison history.
It's going to happen. It is going to happen. And you know what? I haven't thought about the fact
Kyle,
that
you'll be in a cane.
No, we're going to get this thing rectified. We're gonna get it going. I promise you. By the time that we get to 20, listen. If I gotta start peddling $100 to make sure that this team gets somebody, we gonna turn this around by 2030.
$100.
That's all I can afford.
$100. That's what you have to offer.
It can feed some of these players for 2 days. Okay, so I'm trying to help out any way that I can. But the Wisconsin Badgers got to turn around. So fellas, it's going to happen. We're going to host an NCAA college football playoff game in Madison. We're going to see the bright lights. experience. I'm telling you, it's going to be fantastic, and I cannot wait.
It'd be
it
like,
will happen one day.
It'd be similar to the time Brad Nortman and I pre-gamed the Luke Fickell spring game. You remember that, Brad?
That was a blast.
Yeah, the launch.
Oh,
That's what
I was
they call
there
it.
too.
Yeah.
Yep, we did that.
Me and Brad pre-gamed in a parking lot by ourselves.
That's pre-KBN.
It was outstanding.
Oh, that's pre-KBN, yeah.
I should have stopped by.
Well,
I would have met my
unfortunately, it's going to get worse in this conversation because first I'm going to make people smile because it's Screamin' Sicilian Pizza Friday, Frozen Pizza Friday, which means we have to get caller 8 to win your Screamin' Sicilian Pizza prize pack. You know how much we all love Palermo's, but I specifically am branded with frozen pizza. I burned myself with a pan when I was in middle school, and I still have that scar. That's how much I love frozen pizza, and that's how much I love Palermo's. The OG Screamins, the Thin and Crispies, the 2.5 feet of stuffed crust cheese, the tavern style, Detroit style, urban pie pinza, you name it, they have it. So go to your local grocer's freezer and get a Palermo's. But right now, be caller 8 to win a Screamin' Sicilian Pizza prize pack, courtesy of Palermo's. 800-990-3776. 800-990-3776. Caller 8 to win that Screamin' prize pack. Are the Badgers football team more like a MAC school or a Big Ten team? Yikes. Next.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN.
I'm a seam head now. You can call me whatever you want.
Seam head.
I don't even know what that is. You have to
That means
explain
I'm a
it to me.
baseball dork. All I do is sit and watch MLB Big Inning at night.
Head.
I've never heard that before.
This is because you're not a seam head.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com. The best source for every piece of NFL news you need to know.
That's the idea of a deal. Each side gets wins, right? They have Jordan Love under contract for the next 5 years.
ESPN NFL insider Adam Schefter is on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy every Wednesday morning at 7:30. Sponsored by Island Resort and Casino.
I think Packers fans would sign up for 12-5 today, and maybe they will be.
Right here on 94.5 ESPN and also streaming live on the Wisconsin On Demand app and at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
That to-do list you have needs one more thing. Chill. It's an easy thing to do. Just crack open an ice-cold Coors Light and chill. Take the afternoon off and binge watch anything. Go to happy hour and stay for a couple hours. Who's counting anyways? Or hang out with just your dog because you've had enough human interaction this week. Whatever you do it with a Coors Light. Mountain cold refreshment made to chill. 2020 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Celebrate responsibly.
Homer here to tell you about Rawhide Youth Services. Co-founded in 1965 by Bart and Cherry Starr, Rawhide is a faith-based nonprofit that helps thousands of youth every year, many right here in Milwaukee, overcome trauma, suicidal thoughts, and live better lives. For youth who are hurting, who feel lost or abandoned, and families feeling powerless to help them, Rawhide is there to help. They also need vehicle donations to support their mission of helping hurting youth transform their future. Donate to Rawhide Youth Services. Visit rawhide.org/donate.
Hi, Monica.
This is our WOW engagement ring for Christmas.
Wow.
Wow.
It features a 1-carat created diamond center stone.
Completely surrounded by a halo of little created diamonds that makes it look huge.
And each of those 3 bands is covered in diamonds.
I've never seen anything like it.
2 carats total weight.
There's no way this is less than $5,000.
No, we're selling these for half that much.
$24.98? I need to lie down and put a cool rag on my forehead.
And you can choose a 1-carat round, oval, or radiant diamond as your center stone.
Kessler's is the coolest store in the world.
But there's more. Look at this.
It's a matching pendant. Take that rag off your head and get up, Rick. You have to see this.
How big is that?
It's a 1.5-carat created diamond, surrounded by the same halo of little created diamonds. 2 1/3 carats total weight.
This tag says it's just $1,998.
See it for yourself at KesslersDiamonds.com.
Save big money on your next project right now at Menards. Your lighting headquarters. Find the perfect lighting for your home with new selectable color temperature True Wave LED bulbs from Sylvania. Simply adjust the color temperature to change the lighting in a snap. Save big on Sylvania True Wave selectable color temperature light bulbs. Plus, don't forget to check out our weekly flyer on Menards.com for all the great deals happening now.
Warm season's greetings to you all from Menards.
It's time for the Ortho ASAP Minute from Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin.
Dr. Sam Steiner is joining me. How important is it that actual surgery is viewed as a last option?
The way we always want to treat people is try and do something least invasive to get people where they want to be. And in some cases, that means talking to them, setting them up with a therapist, explaining what they have going on. And in other cases, if it comes to it, then yes, it means operating on them.
When you're dealing with very active people, how do you help them handle the entire process of recovery?
The hardest part with some patients is explain to them that even though you feel great, you do have to have a period where you lay off, you adhere to precautions and protocol. But I think when you take a person, you have them do the least invasive procedure. That's what we want to do, is we want to be forefront, cutting edge, doing the least invasive possible to get people back onto a protocol that gets them back into the activity they want to do the fastest.
The Ortho ASAP Minute is sponsored by Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. There is a difference.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Basement, just myself. I don't know why I third personed that. Brad Nortman, Kyle Wallace, Alex Strofe, Google Offices, One Call, That's All Studios. Yes, Strofe?
That wasn't third person at all.
Whatever. Hanging out with you, KBN Nation at 800-990-3776 on YouTube, at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison. Now, we just got done talking about how it would be electric times a million if the Badgers ever hosted a college football playoff game, which, again, due to data points, I think they would have been in the college football playoff in a couple of seasons in the past. But right now it's feeling bleak. And Brad, I want you to tell us from a Badger football perspective, as a former player, what the hell is going through your mind in the transfer portal era and season that we are in?
Well, it's just a whole new world right now, guys. We had Tausch on a few weeks ago talking about, man, what do you do? What do you do to turn this program around? And he said, the transfer portal is how you basically build your team now. Any high school recruit coming in, no one's safe. They can go and transfer after any year at any time. So most of your guys and most of the team that you will support and field, at least for a rebuilding team like Wisconsin, is going to be from your transfer portal, because the Badgers have lost so far. There's still plenty of time to do this. They've lost 22 guys to the portal, right? Which is quite a bit, several starters amongst them. And they've got 13 incoming transfers, so they haven't quite filled the coffers. And the one thing I did have exiting last year, 5-7, no bowl game, winning record and bowl streak broken, just the absolute low water mark of confidence and hope for the Wisconsin Badgers. The lifeline of hope I did have was, well, maybe NIL is stocked for just a blitz on all these transfers that you can come in. Field a team like Indiana did last year of just an influx of guy. You can remake your team overnight. But what I'm seeing out of the transfer portal for Wisconsin, it doesn't excite me whatsoever. In fact, it doesn't breathe any hope into me. Most of the guys that Wisconsin Badgers are getting are from MAC schools. There's a guy from a D3 school. It's lower level SEC and Big Ten. There's one guy who is a wide receiver from Ohio State who couldn't crack the depth chart. I'm excited about that one. But all the rest of these guys, they're small schools, they're lower levels, they're guys that have never even played Big Ten football, and the guys that have played Big Ten or SEC football, they're all from like lower level teams. So I just don't know what to do with all these guys that are coming in that I have no confidence that they're going to come in and be able to play the Wisconsin brand of football that's going to be significantly better than 5-7. So I'm sitting here just holding my breath and hoping that the second half of transfers that we can come in, maybe we get an off-cast from Georgia. Maybe we get an off-cast from USC. Now, those are the kind of guys that would excite me. But the way it's shaping up right now, guys, it's a lot of MAC and low-level college football.
And we got an outcast from USC, Tackett Curtis, and it really didn't work out for him last year. We'll see what happens this year. But you're absolutely right, Brad.
C.J. Williams?
C.J. He was another one. We had C.J. Williams, and he's
Tyree Walker from Oklahoma sure worked out well.
And so overall, when I look at this, when I see guys from, like you said, the FCS from North Dakota State's top wide receiver coming coming in. Like, sure, the kid obviously has talent.
That could be Christian Watson.
I mean, it could be Christian Watson, but I'm just saying, overall, I can't get excited about guys from Tulane, especially, and I saw this somebody on social media said, we were sold the fact that he was going to bring in 4-star recruits. But the problem is this, y'all. Guess what? He brought in 4-star recruits, and now these 4-star recruits is leaving. So the guys that were supposed to change this roster and change this football team are no longer here. What are we doing and where are we going? Because I'm going to tell you this now. Guys from Tulane, guys from Richmond, guys from UW-Stevens Point, guys from any MAC school, ain't none of these dudes going to build us into a college football program.
Hey, Kyle.
Yes.
I just asked one thing going forward. Yeah. No slander to UW-Stevens Point. Thank you. Continue.
But Matt Young, is he from UW-Stevens Point? He's a great safety, had 100 tackles, something like that. He's a D3 football player. I didn't realize when I went to Whitewater I was going to get scouted one day, potentially go to Wisconsin. No shot at D3.
Well, they wouldn't have been looking at you. They would have been looking at your teammates.
Yeah. Kyle Wallace is on Wisconsin.
Very few D3 guys
that
can crack
would be the lowest of lows. We'd be worse than Purdue.
No, we would be worse than Purdue if I was on Wisconsin's football team. But overall, if this is the way that we're trending, if we cannot keep the big 4-star guys from our recruiting class that we are depending on to build this football team, to help build the culture of what Luke Fickell wants our team to look like, then we are in trouble. And this is why I say, Brad, this is why I say, Ben, we need to start evaluating whether or not Luke Fickell is the guy. He even said, listen, my guys are being recruited every day.
It's in the process. I mean, he has 2 seasons to show forth of what he's been able to do. They've brought in a new offensive coordinator. There needs to be immediate changes to get the fan base feeling good about the direction of the team on offense, and they brought in a co-defensive coordinator. Like, he's doing stuff. It just needs to work. And if it doesn't work, there's 3 years of evidence as to who he is, and then your $100 that you're offering to the program may be going to the Luke Fickell See You Later fund.
And the thing is, what I'm concerned about is that Luke Fickell has basically told us he does not know what to do. After the season when he said, I have never been in a situation like this, so he has to figure it out, that is not a good sign. Right now, him talking about how his guys are being recruited right now and this crazy people, well, you need to understand that's happening and figure it out, because right now everything he's saying is negative.
And do the same thing.
Yeah, exactly. You need to be calling other kids from Ohio State who actually, they couldn't crack it, or they were freshmen there and there was somebody in front of them, and say, hey, I can give you $1 million, or can't give you $1 million. I can give you $500,000. Come on. Come on.
And that's the thing. Everyone's playing by the same rules here. So it's not like Wisconsin's at a disadvantage. Either he can't compel guys to come, either he's got a vision that is not aligning with what I think would feel the best product, or honestly, the NIL collective is bone dry, right? Maybe he just can't elicit the best talent because the NIL is dry. I don't know what it is. And maybe he knows exactly what he's doing, and he is confident that these dudes are going to compete to put Wisconsin back on the map. But the way I'm looking at it, and the way this whole thing has gone over the last couple of years, I'm not sitting here with more hope after hope is all you have with the transfer portal.
I'm actually getting more mad right now because I'm on a website that tells me all the different schools that we are getting guys from, and this is just absolutely embarrassing. It's embarrassing when I go down this list. Tulane is one school I should be excited. Western Michigan, Richmond, San Diego State, Maryland, UT freaking Martin, UT Martin. I just know it's in Tennessee. No idea where it's at. Like, this is a complete joke. We're talking about guys from Idaho. Like, what is happening? The biggest school we got somebody from is Ohio State, and a long snapper from Arkansas. We are in trouble. My good, maybe it won't be 2030. Maybe you might be right.
Like
I might have a cane and gray hair.
In the last segment, it could be hopefully in our lifetime. But
Western
maybe
Carolina, what the hell?
Okay,
Ball
Kyle,
State.
I hear you.
Bethel. That's D3.
You know what? I didn't know Emotional Kyle was going to be about the Badgers. Usually it's about the Packers, but here we are.
Chattanooga. I'm sorry, Ben. I'm just Northwest Missouri State. What are we doing?
We'll be back in 2 minutes. I think that's a perfect way to get to where we need to go next.
Ready for a win? Well, it's your year. At Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee, you could win over $2,000 in free play every month, all year long. Just play your favorite games and you might take the stage in the It's Your Year game show. 25 winners each Thursday. There's $300,000 in cash and prizes up for grabs this January. Yeah, we think it's your year. More info at paysbig.com. Must be 21 years old to play.
College hockey returns to Fiserv Forum with the 4th annual Quick Trip Holiday Face-Off, December 28th and 29th.
The Wisconsin Badgers return to defend their title, facing the Ferris State Bulldogs in semifinal action on day one. The Yukon Huskies and Alaska Fairbanks Nanooks will battle for the other spot in the championship game.
Don't miss the college hockey action coming to Milwaukee and see who wins the championship on day 2. Secure your seats today at Ticketmaster.com.
Tito's Handmade Vodka is America's original craft vodka. In 1995, Tito Beveridge built his very own distillery and put his life savings into it. Since then, he's won the unanimous Judge's Choice Double Gold Medal at the World Spirits Competition, the Chairman's Trophy for World's Best Vodka Tonic, and many others. Tito's Handmade Vodka is still made on the same land where he started it, all in Austin, Texas. Distilled from corn and gluten-free. Visit us at Tito'sVodka.com for recipes, videos, and more. Distilled and bottled in Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume, namely 80 proof. Crafted to be savored responsibly.
Call Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Station updates, show clips, and your place to interact with us every single day just by scrolling through your feed. Follow along on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at ESPN Milwaukee.
I feel so stuck.
The Veterans Crisis Line is here for you. Dial 988, then press 1 to call.
Hey, this is Gabe Neitzel. You're listening to 94.5 ESPN, WKTI and WKTI HD, Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN on 94.5 ESPN. The Wisconsin On Demand app and streaming live at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
Until 5 o'clock at 800-990-3776 on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison. The future is feeling bleak right now for the Wisconsin Badgers, but we have some better things to talk about when it pertains to teams in our state. The NBA Cup champion Milwaukee Bucks, baby. Get your gear tomorrow per Alex Stroh at the Pro Shop. Today?
They heard the complaints.
All right.
Gabe Neitzel got to them.
You should rush there and go buy it.
Who, me?
Yeah.
No, I'm not. No. This is not going to happen. I'm not going to let Brad keep trolling.
You guys should go get the NBA merch.
Why don't you buy it for me?
I've already stated my claim. I'm waiting for the real playoffs.
All Kyle wants for Christmas is gear.
Yeah, come on, Brad. Merry Christmas. You got it.
Well, you want some?
I seen your checks.
What kind of gear you want?
Whatever they got that got the NBA Cup on it, just whatever it got, I'll take it.
No,
2024
I'm
NBA Cup.
Get him a glass.
I'm gonna wait.
Get him an NBA Cup glass.
I'm going to wait until the real playoffs, the ones that actually matter, those start in April.
No guarantees.
Well, Josh Jacobs has been a workhorse for the Green Bay Packers, and we talked a little bit about the weird sort of 3-game stretch where you're locked into the wild card. What do you do? We asked Brian Balaga, how do you prepare? How do you stay motivated when, you kind of know what your destiny is right now as a 7 or a 6 seed most likely scenario heading into the playoffs? And one guy that has been just instrumental to the success of the offense and has been a home run signing for this team is Josh Jacobs. Fox 11 in Green Bay asked Josh Jacobs kind of a question similar to what we've been talking about. How do you handle your workload moving forward?
I feel great. I don't have no bruises, no nothing right now. So I feel great. Just as long as I feel good, I feel like we could do whatever we could do. If I was battling with something right now, then I would probably say, be precautious, but I feel great.
So what's the key to that? I mean, you got the ball alive.
I don't think defenders really just, they don't really just hit me that hard, I feel like.
Oh, wow.
I kind of pick and choose too. Like, one thing about playing this long, like you kind of know angles and things like that. So like even if I do get tackled, it's not like I'm getting smacked on the tackle.
All right, so I got a takeaway. I know Brad has a takeaway, and I'm sure Kyle does as well. But I'm going to start with Brad because, again, I love disagreeing with Brad all week.
Well, I'm not sure you'll disagree with this one, Ben, because when you've got an asset like Josh Jacobs, who is an absolute stud workhorse, he has completely changed the complexion of this Green Bay Packer offense. Make no mistake, Jordan Love is great. I love me some Jordan Love. The Green Bay Packers will always be a quarterback-oriented team. But this franchise, or not this franchise, this offense, it runs primarily through Josh Jacobs. When he is rolling, this team is almost unstoppable. Amazing signing by Goody, so shout out to Goody. But when you have a guy like that, you got to protect him, right? You got a resource, you got an asset that's valuable, that you lean on in important moments, that's going to be critical for a Super Bowl run. At some point, you need to start thinking about maybe we should throttle back reps. And that is what I think the Packers should do with Josh Jacobs. I think instead of giving him 25 carries and 5 to 6 receptions the final 3 weeks, assuming they will clinch in the playoffs this week, which they will do that when they beat the Saints. They're just wrestling with, are they going to be the 5 seed, the 6 seed? They're going to be in the playoffs. You need him healthy for the playoffs. Josh Jacobs needs to have his carries throttled back to about 12 carries, maybe 3 receptions. I don't want those bumps and bruises. No, I don't want those bumps and bruises that he is not experiencing right now to be sustained the last 3 weeks. He is en route right now for the second highest in his whole career of rushes and receptions. So, and he doesn't know what it's like being on the Raiders to experience a playoff run where things dial up in intensity and you play more and more games. I want him to be as fresh as possible. I want him to be as feeling good as possible, because in his own words, we can do whatever we want. As long as I'm feeling good, you need to keep him feeling good by throttling him back just a little bit.
Brad wants to throttle back Josh Jacobs from his workload the last 3 games. 800-990-3776. Do you agree? And I do not agree. I disagree. I think, Brad, you played a position and you forgot what it was like to be an actual athlete. You were a punter in the NFL. And in athletics, as soon as you start trimming reps down, having people think twice about things, that is when injuries occur. Now, I just feel like you need to play a game like you've been playing games. Now, sure, you can be conscious of it, and maybe if you're up 2 scores, don't keep running it like you would, but you need to play with the same intensity. And based off the way he just spoke in that audio clip, I have the utmost confidence of somebody who's done it at the collegiate level, at a high level in the NFL, to understand, as he said, the angles and what hits he can take. The moment you say, hey, Josh, we need to throttle you back, then Josh is starting to think, should I make this cut here? Should I do that? He needs to play the way he's been playing, because you don't want to put him in a spot where he's overthinking. So I'm 20% with you, 80% not.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm 100% with you, Brad. Because at this point, we need to put him on the Aaron Jones plan, right? Aaron Jones never really got
He's
more
not
than...
Aaron Jones.
He's not Aaron Jones, but we need to rest his body. These games right now, yeah, it's important, right? We need to get our playoff seeding. We need to make sure that we get as high as we can, because we want to avoid playing the Detroit Lions, or we want to avoid playing the Philadelphia Eagles in the first round. Whatever people want to say, it is what it is. We got to go through who we got to go through. But overall, you need to protect his body. You have to, because in the playoffs, the one thing that happens when it gets colder outside, that's when you really want to pound the rock, right? And when you have to hit somebody quarter after quarter after quarter after quarter, and you have a guy that's going to sit up here and lie. He's crazy. Josh Jacobs just said, I ain't got no bruises or nicks or anything. But stop playing. I know you do, because I remember the game where your hand was hurting. You got bruises, but he's insane in the head, because he says, oh, that isn't a bruise. That's just part of the game, right? You want a sick individual like that who loves pain, who loves to run through people when it is 10 degrees outside, when it's winter weather outside. That's exactly what you want, but you need to make sure that he doesn't take any unnecessary blows right now in the regular season, because we all know we're going to the playoffs, but we need him. This is why we signed him, to help us get over the hump. So I need Josh Jacobs to be as healthy as possible, so maybe in the playoffs, if we need him to carry the rock 25 to 30 times, he has the gas in the tank, the legs, and the body to be able to do it. So right now is the perfect time to conserve some of his energy, take away some of those reps, and allow for him to get ready to gear up to bruise cruise and pound people over during the playoffs.
Well, and I'm not surprised that he does feel good. And I'm sure if you approached him with this, like Ben was saying, he's not going to be interested or excited about throttling back his reps. But oftentimes you have to protect guys from themselves, right? You have to be able to say, look, I know that you're a competitor. I know that you're a stud. You are our workhorse. And we want you to be a workhorse in the moments that matter most. I can't imagine being a defender. This is why I became a punter. I couldn't imagine being a defender and having a healthy, fresh, like light-legged Josh Jacobs running at me in the playoffs. I just couldn't imagine doing it. That's what I want for the Green Bay Packers. I think the best way to get that is to throttle back these reps in the regular season.
So we'll see if the prognostication of Kyle Wallace can maybe pay dividends for him, right? Maybe it's lower for Josh Jacobs?
Or I want higher for yards that he has. He can have lower in carry but higher in yards, but you can also have so much fun and win a lot of money. Yes, higher than $1,000 with the Underdog Fantasy Sports app today. I know I've been talking about it for months now, but if you have not tried the Underdog Fantasy Sports app today, now is the time. Because right now, when you sign up using promo code KBN, yes, promo code KBN, you can get up to $1,000 in bonus cash when you deposit on the Underdog Fantasy Sports app when you use promo code KBN. And why I love playing it is because I know sports, right? And if you think you know what player stats are going to be, then this is the perfect game for you. You can win up to 1,000 times your money if you know how to choose higher or lower on player stats. So whether it's points, whether it's rebounds, whether it's three-pointers, touchdowns, passing yards, whatever it is, if you choose higher or lower on player stats and your picks hit, you can win up to 1,000 times your money. Have fun over the holiday season, not only watching sports, but playing the Underdog Fantasy Sports app. And remember, sign up today using promo code KBN and your boy got you. Up to $1,000 in bonus cash instantly when you sign up using promo code KBN on the Underdog Fantasy Sports app. Remember, must be 18 plus and present in the state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms supply. Concern your play. Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org.
Over to the KBN Sports Desk. Alex Strofe, you said you cooked. Tell us what you cooked up coming up next.
Yeah, if you've been with us the last few months, you'll think back to when we were giving away Summerfest tickets, and it was Summerfest singer or Brewers minor league player, et cetera, et cetera. With the college football playoff starting tonight, the expanded 12-team playoff, I have come up with a list. I've got 20 names. I don't know that we'll get through all of them. But I feel like the two biggest things in the world right now are, number one, the college football playoff, and number two, Wicked is in theaters. So I've got Wicked cast member or college football playoff starter. You guys are going to try to guess that coming up next.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN.
Yeah, let them do it. I ain't doing it.
You're not going to hurt our
No,
feelings.
come on.
Just mine.
Homer, come on.
Yo, suck. I should be doing this time. I should be 2-6. That good enough for you? You need any more?
That's fair.
Need any more? One? Us?
Yeah.
Y'all 2, 3, 4. You're all the same. There we Nobody's as good as me.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Big delays along southbound 43. We have an accident right at Locust. Looks like it's a semi that was involved, so it's going to be there for a while, and we have the two left lanes blocked with this. So it is solid all the way back to about Bender Road, so watch out for that. Southbound on 41, also backing up from Good Hope Road all the way down to Capitol Drive. Heavier volume there. Westbound 94, slowing down through from 35th Street to Mitchell Boulevard. Eastbound slow from Hawley Road all the way to 35th Street as well. As far as the road conditions are concerned, we are looking just fine. Traffic is brought to you by the Bartolotta Restaurants, providing memorable experiences for over 30 years. Get the perfect holiday gift this season, a Bartolotta's gift card. Purchase yours at bartolottas.com. And checking the TMJ4 Storm King forecast. Tonight, mostly clear, chilly, with the wind chills dipping down into the single digits, a low of 15. And tomorrow, partly cloudy with a high of 24. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
With Wilde and Tausch, you won't miss a play.
Romeo. This three-syllable, you have to take the O out of the equation. That's too easy.
Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Iota, right? Not one iota.
Iota. Yeah. That's only 4 letters.
Weekdays from 9 to noon.
Let's pretend you're a first-time listener to Wilde and Tausch. What the hell is this? They're discussing syllables.
On 94.5 ESPN, the Wisconsin On Demand app, and at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center is hosting their first ever tournament with $750 in cash prizes available. Hey ESPN Milwaukee, this is Gary Ellerson, and Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center invites you to play in a two-man scramble at Whistling Straits, all from their comfortable golf simulators. Grab a friend and sign up today at wisconsinindoorgolfcenter.com. The tournament costs $120 per pairing and is happening now through December 31st. Your winter chance to play Whistling Straits awaits. wisconsinindoorgolfcenter.com.
The time has come. Yes, the time has come to do what you need to do.
You've put it off as long as you can, but the time has come to choose a Christmas gift for the woman you love.
It needs to be something that will fit perfectly.
Something she will wear constantly.
Something she will love. Something you can buy today and take home today.
Because you ran out of time. Christmas is upon us.
It's time for you to buy a fabulous pair of diamond stud earrings. A fabulous pair.
Kessler's has natural diamonds created in the heart of the earth.
And newborn diamonds created in the heart of a star. And when you buy from Kessler's, you can always trade your Kessler's natural diamond studs in for a larger pair.
We have diamond studs for a few $100s.
And diamond studs for several $1,000s.
2-carat total weight natural diamond studs are just $5,998.
She's going to be extremely happy when she sees what you bought for her.
And that's a good thing.
A very, very good thing. Find the Kessler's nearest you at Kessler'sDiamonds.com.
The big guy needs your help this holiday season, and he's recruiting the Corners of Brookfield for help because the perfect gift is right around the corners. Head to the Corners for all your gifting needs and find something for anyone thanks to their 30-plus restaurants and retailers. Or just wrap up a Corners gift card to create a great, well-rounded gift. Looking for something only Santa can deliver? Drop off letters in a special North Pole mailbox in the Market Square through December 22nd. Make your shopping list and check it twice. Visit the Corners of Brookfield.com.
It's the year-end rate reduction sales event at Ewald Automotive Group. Get rates as low as 4.9% on our best used cars and make no payments for 90 days. 4.9% and no payments till March 2025 on over 600 vehicles at 10 Ewald Automotive Group locations. Don't wait. Get a better rate during the year-end rate reduction sales event. Get to your nearest Ewald location today.
Go to EwaldAuto.com.
With approved credit, interest accrues from date of purchase. Expires month end.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
'Cause you know I'd walk 1,000 miles if I can just sing you
With a 2,000 square foot video wall, seating for over 200, kiosks galore for you to play sports bets, there's nowhere else you need to be in the best time of the year than Potawatomi Casino Hotel and that brand new sports book. We've talked a little bit about that CFP that's going on, the NBA action, college basketball, and of course the NFL, hockey, cricket, you name it. If you love it, they have it. Go to the sports book, enjoy watching the games even if you don't like betting, and if you're in a rush, 20-minute reserved parking spaces. You can use your rewards card at certain kiosks so you can bet and, get some rewards for it. It seems like a win-win to me. Potawatomi Casino and the brand new sports book. Check it out. Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman hanging with you, KBN Nation at 800-990-3776. Alex Strofe running the show. And if you missed it, he let us know that he cooked something up. A Wicked cast member or a college football playoff participant in honor of what we had done during Summerfest. We bring it back. Strophe, your time to shine again.
All right, fellas, we're going to add a twist. Next, carbless on me to the winner.
Ooh.
First,
Did you get a bonus?
First to 7. Correct. What did you say, Benny?
Did you get a bonus or something?
Nah, I just feel like this is a fun way to trick one of you into getting a drink with me.
Feeling generous. I'm motivated.
Wait, here's the subject.
I can get my carbless and leave.
That's true. You're all playing. You're all playing for yourself today. No teams. No helping each other. This is all for one. One for all. That doesn't make any sense. First to 7 wins.
That does not make any sense.
First to 7 wins. I've got a
Hit
list.
your own record scratch on yourself.
All for one. That's it. I've got a list of Wicked cast members. I've got a list of starters on one of the 12 college football playoff teams. You will have to tell me if this is a Wicked cast member or a college football playoff participant. Any questions? We're ready to go.
Ready.
There you go.
Just pick the order in which you want us to answer, please.
Kyle, Brust, and Nortman. Let's go with the order of the show.
All right.
All right, first name, Arlo Turner. Is Arlo Turner a member of the Wicked cast or a member of the college football playoff, Kyle Wallace?
Spell it for me. First name.
A-R-L-O. Arlo Turner.
You say it in a sentence.
Oh, jeez.
Jeez,
Come on, Kyle. We're never going to get to 7.
Arlo Turner did a great job on my TV.
Arlo Turner plays for Boise State.
Benjamin Brust.
I'm going to go with Wicked cast member, behind the scenes.
Arlo Turner does sound like someone who's involved in theater, the name Arlo. So give me Wicked cast member.
Ben and Brad on the board. Arlo
Shucks.
Turner was a Munchkinland kid.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
They have munchkins in this show?
What a start.
Yeah.
Oh, this changes everything.
What a start indeed.
It is Wicked. It's the world of Wizard of Oz.
How about Joey Unit? Joey Unit.
What a name.
Great name. Kyle, is Joey Unit a Wicked cast member or a member of the college football playoff?
Joey Unit, that's got to be a nickname or something like that. That's got to be a football player.
It will be a shame if Joey Unit is not a football player, but I'm going to go against the grain here and say Wicked.
Yeah, if Joey Unit is not just a ravenous D lineman, then it is a shame and a half. Give me the football player.
Ben Brust, 2 for 2. Joey Unit was a Munchkinland kid.
Okay. A Munchkinland. I don't know about these kids. I don't know a lot of Munchkin names. This is throwing me off.
It's ironic.
Is this like an actual character, or is this like the name of the actor?
This is the name of the actor.
It's ironic that Joey...
Kyle, it's not like the name of the Munchkin.
No, I'm telling you their name in the movie.
But what's ironic
I'm
is...
not giving you like Ariana Grande and Jeff Goldblum. I'm diving into deep characters. These are the real names.
names.
These are those real names.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, real names in the movie?
No. Real names in real life.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
I don't know.
But that's what's ironic. A Joey Unit? A Munchkin?
Right?
Yeah, I need to diversify.
It's like anytime
my,
I see somebody
friends
who's 6'8" and like doesn't have athletic ability, I'm like, damn, I wish I had that. Like Joey Unit in Wicked, damn, he should be a defensive end.
It's a little misleading.
All right, just to recap. Ben, 2 points. Brad, 1. Kyle, not on the board. Needs 7 to win.
Yeah,
Name number 3 is Tariq Frimpong.
Oh, come on. That's a player.
Frimpong.
That's a football player.
Kyle says football player. Ben Brust.
Yeah, Ben. What are you gonna say, huh? You're Tyreek.
Tariq.
You've been saying all these actors.
Is it Tyreek or Tariq?
Tariq. T-A-R-I-K. Tariq.
Probably an actor too.
Wicked.
Ben Brust says Wicked. Again goes against
football
Kyle.
Player. Football. Too easy. Football player.
Ben Brust is 3 for 3. Tariq
Let's
Frimpong is a Munchkinland crier.
Doug,
crier.
I need to help with this Munchkin land. I don't know Munchkin.
So
he's a crier.
That to me felt like I was taking a Scantron test, and I was like, is he going to do C 3 times in a row?
I was thinking.
I'm lost. These Munchkins have names of football players.
Isaac Bishop. Is Isaac Bishop a member of the Wicked cast or the college football playoff? Isaac Bishop.
I mean, I've gone 0 for 3 saying football. I mean, if we go 4 for Isaac Bishop, he's probably a Munchkinland 2 person as well. But I'm thinking it's an outside linebacker. Isaac, hopefully you play football.
Fade Kyle.
A football player.
Okay.
Fade Kyle. Wicked.
Yeah, I'm going to go Wicked too, actually.
Ben and Brad, once again correct. Isaac Bishop was the Munchkinland bully in Wicked.
The bully.
Well, I got to see this movie. What is the Munchkin land?
This is amazing.
Great question. Let's move on to this one. Colin Rogers, Kyle. Colin Rogers.
This is the first Munchkin land Wicked person I probably would have thought probably was a Munchkin land person. But he's probably going to be a football player. I'm going to say football player again because, I mean, I can't go 0 for 5, can I?
Kyle says football player. Ben, what say you?
Fade Kyle, Wicked cast member.
And Brad, Colin Rogers.
This is like a predominant background. Not a Munchkin, but certainly in Wicked.
Kyle, welcome to the scoreboard. Colin Rogers.
Goodness. I would have been so mad.
Colin Rogers is the kicker at SMU.
That's a kicker name.
Yes,
That's a kicker name.
How about this one? This might be my favorite name on the list. Herbert Gums.
See, now this sounds like a...
Herbert Gums is our next name.
Yeah.
Kyle, go ahead.
This sounds like a... I didn't know who these munchkins were, so I can't judge that. But I will say this. Wicked. I'm going to say Wicked.
All right, you say Wicked. Ben, what say you?
Dude, Big Herbie in the middle of a defensive line, football player.
Yeah, Herbert Gums. Initially, I wanted to go like that sounds like theater drama, but guy by the name of Herbert Gums probably needed to let his aggression out because of his name. That's for the football field. Give me football.
Brad and Ben, correct. Herbert Gums.
Yeah!
Not only was Ben correct, he said in the middle of a defensive line. Herbert Gums is the nose tackle at Boise State.
Wow. Herbert Gums.
Let's go, Herbert.
Ben with 5, Brad with 3, Kyle with 1. Oh, that's so good. Herbert Gums is such a great name.
Herbert Gums.
James Ferguson Reynolds. James Ferguson Reynolds. 3 names. Is that a football player or a member of the Wicked cast, Kyle?
Oh, gosh. Can I ask, is this a munchkin too? That helps me.
No, yeah.
No bleep. Yeah, of course that would help you.
What do you mean? I'm just trying to figure out if it's a Oh, I guess, yeah.
That would be a Wicked cast member then if I said yes to that.
It's
like saying, what position does he play?
Kyle, you're not going to win. Guess.
Football player. I don't know.
James Ferguson Reynolds, Ben.
I'm going to go with Munchkin. Or, excuse me, Wicked.
I'm going to go with the Wicked character. I don't know the storyline at all, but this sounds like this could be like the handsome male interest.
Kyle on the come-up. James Ferguson Reynolds is the punter at Boise State. Brad.
Be better, Brad.
Three-name punter.
Strong name right there.
Ben with 5, Brad with 3, Kyle with 2. Jonathan Bailey.
Seems too easy.
Which way?
It seems like this is just a regular degular football player, kicker, something like that. But I'm gonna go. I think Little John was a munchkin.
Little John. It's James.
Little James.
No, it's Jonathan. Jonathan Bailey.
It is Jonathan.
Little John. I think Little John.
Jonathan Bailey.
Yeah.
You say Wicked?
Yes, sir.
Ben Brust.
I'm going to go Wicked.
I'm going to make up ground on Ben, go football player for Jonathan Bailey.
You are not going to make up ground because Jonathan Bailey plays Fierro?
Oh.
Fierro?
I don't know, but he's not a munchkin, huh?
He is not, no. He is Fierro in Wicked. Let's go here next. Let's go with Colin Michael Carmichael.
Oh, that's an actor. Colin Michael Carmichael. That's an actor. That is an actor.
I'm going to go football player.
Brad. Colin Michael Carmichael.
100% an English actor. 100%. From Wales.
I don't know where he's from, but he is the professor in Wicked.
Yeah,
there
exactly.
it is.
Damn, I just had to go on the other side to try and win.
Colin Michael Carmichael. That's such a bad name.
I kind of like it.
Kyle and Brad each with 4. Benny with 6. He needs 1 to win. Lathan Ransom. Kyle. That's Lathan with an L.
I can't believe people actually have these names.
What a name.
Like real people.
Lathan Ransom. Is that a member?
We have boring names.
Wicked.
Yeah, our names suck.
This is a Wicked guy. This is a Wicked. It just sounds like a little drama guy.
Lathan Ransom, Ben.
Lathan's a stud on the football field.
Yeah, that's a heavy-handed safety at ASU.
Benny with 7. Lathan Ransom is a safety.
Oh.
But at Ohio State.
Okay.
Oh, I definitely should know that then.
Benny, you're next.
Call him Fickle.
You're next.
Call him. We need a Latham in Wisconsin.
Sure do.
I don't know, man. He starts at Ohio State. I don't think he's leaving.
Yeah, his next step is to NFL, not a losing.
All right, a couple rapid fires
those
for you now.
Those names are amazing.
My favorite one I didn't do was James Carpenter.
Oh, football player.
Well, there was a football player by the name of Carpenter.
Wicked.
Football player.
That's defensive tackle at Indiana. Just sounds like it could go either way. Mitchell Evans.
It's an actor.
Actor.
I know Mitchell Evans in Jacksonville. He's neither. Football player.
Football player. Tight end at Notre Dame.
Hey.
Oh, there it is.
Andy Nyman.
All right, Bradley. Now, Strophy, I got to cut you off because I need Bradley to tell us all how to get well.
Yeah, there's only one way to get well, and that is with Quintessa Aesthetic Center. They're all over. There's one in Madison. There's several here in southeastern Wisconsin. Quintessa is your go-to resource to get all the things in their toolkit to help you feel optimized physically. Whether you're an athlete like me or just someone that wants to feel at their best, you've lived long enough in a suboptimal state. You want your body to be firing at all cylinders, and Quintessa will allow you to do that. It is how they use so many things like hormone therapy and IV drip therapy. They've loaded me up on supplements that have me feeling better than I ever have, and I'm 35 years old. I shouldn't be in my prime, but I'm feeling like I'm in my prime because of Quintessa. And if you want to win the holiday season, look no further than Quintessa. This deal ends today. So if you are listening to this, you need to call or go to Quintessa right now. You can go to myquintessa.com or call them because they're offering this deal that you should give your mom, your mother-in-law, your significant other, anybody in your life that you're looking to give and wow their holiday season. If you buy a $100 gift card, Quintessa will give you a bonus $20 gift card. 100 gets you $120, 200 gets you $240. 300 gets you $360. There's another way to multiply your gift and knock the socks off of that special person in your life. You're gonna make her holiday unforgettable, or you can treat yourself. It's the gift of being pampered, confident, renewed, and healthy. That is what Quintessa is offering. But again, that deal ends today. So call immediately to take advantage of Quintessa's offer and make your holiday season as healthy as can be. Visit myquintessa.com for more details.
A wonderful job by Alex Strofe and Wicked cast member and the Munchkins versus college football playoff player. But coming up next, I do want to recap what we started with on how you judge Goody, because I heard Judge Judy. I like that. Brad and Kyle, you gave your opinions on Goody, and I think you just missed the biggest mark that we need to talk about. I will recap what we have on Twitter at KBN ESPN and give my take on Goot. Next.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
He now is off his rocker saying it. Well, if I played...
Choke artists. That's what you both are. Yeah, I said it. You both are choke artists.
Losers, choke artists.
That's what you are. You
frauds,
choked against TCU. You choked against Oregon. You choked against Kentucky. Y'all choked against Duke. I can keep going.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Southbound on 43. We've got some big delays coming in from Bender Road all the way down past Locust. There was an accident there that had a couple of lanes blocked. They were able to move everything and clear everything, but before they did that, they had to close down all of 43 southbound. They have since reopened it, and it's working itself out, but those delays are still there. Backups on the northbound side from Fond du Lac Avenue all the way up past Locust. Southbound on 41, slowing down from well before Good Hope Road, all the way down past Capitol Drive. And then more delays on the bypass, heading south from Oklahoma Avenue down and around the Hale interchange, past Forest Home. And checking the TMJ4 Storm King forecast tonight, mostly clear, chilly with the wind chills dipping into the single digits, a low of 15. Then tomorrow, partly cloudy, a high of 24. Weather's brought to you by the Corners of Brookfield. Help the big guy out this holiday season. Drop off your little one's letters in a special North Pole mailbox in the Market Square through December 22nd. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
College hockey returns to Fiserv Forum with the 4th annual Quick Trip Holiday Face-Off, December 28th and 29th. The Wisconsin Badgers return to defend their title, facing the Ferris State Bulldogs in semifinal action on day one. The Yukon Huskies and Alaska Fairbanks Nanooks will battle for the other spot in the championship game. Don't miss the college hockey action coming to Milwaukee and see who wins the championship on day 2. Secure your seats today at Ticketmaster.com.
Hey, it's ESPN Milwaukee's Kyle Walls for Universal Windows Direct. It is the holiday season, which is a time for family, friends, and staying cozy inside. But if your home is drafty, it's hard to stay comfortable. And with all the gift giving happening this time of year, why don't you give yourself the gift of lower energy bills with new windows from Universal Windows Direct? For every 2 windows you buy, you get the next 2 free plus 0% financing for 60 months. Restrictions apply. Go to UWD.com and like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows.
Ready for a win? Well, it's your year. At Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee, you can win over $2,000 in free play every month all year long. Just play your favorite games and you might take the stage in the It's Your Year game show. 25 winners each Thursday. There's $300,000 in cash and prizes up for grabs this January. Yeah, we think it's your year. More info at paysbig.com. Must be 21 years old to play.
You know what time of year it is, and that means getting gifts for the special people in your life. Hey guys, it's ESPN Milwaukee's Gabe Neitzel. The Jewelry Center is the best place for the best gifts. I know it, Chewy knows it, Gary Ellerson knows it, and so many people know the Jewelry Center is the answer. Naturally mined and lab-grown diamonds, a team of experts that will make your gift-giving or engagement a breeze this holiday season. Visit the Jewelry Center at any one of their 3 locations or online at shoptjc.com. Happy gift giving from ESPN Milwaukee and the Jewelry Center.
'Tis the season for celebrating, so why not make your holiday gathering unforgettable? Give your team or clients an experience they'll talk about long after the new year with V Private Bar Services. Forget the same old office party. With custom cocktails tailored to your brand and a top-notch mixologist team, V Private Bar Services brings the magic of a high-end bar to your event. Make this holiday season extraordinary. Visit vprivatebar.com to book your premier party today. That's vprivatebar.com for your next unforgettable event.
Brighten up your home, workplace, or event with flowers and trust Welke's Milwaukee Florist to be your local florist. Welke's is family-owned and has delivered beauty for customers and businesses for well over 100 years. Join Welke's Flower subscription so your home is always fresh, or discover the benefits of creating a corporate account and leave the work to them. Welke's Milwaukee Florist has locations in Elm Grove and at 56th and North in Milwaukee. Go to welkes.com, that's WELKES.com for more info and to place an order.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
On Twitter at KBN ESPN, you can find our poll. Has Brian Gutekunst been elite, great, good, underwhelming as the general manager of the Green Bay Packers? Right now, elite is 19%, great is 52%, good is 23%, and underwhelming is 6%. Now, I will give him a great. I will give him a great, but I just have a problem with the 19% that are saying elite. Derek chimed in 800-990-3776 and made a great point. And sure, I'll take it. No GM can be elite unless they win the Super Bowl. Agree or disagree, Kyle?
No, I agree. I absolutely agree. Super Bowls are what make people Hall of Famer, right? If you don't win a Super Bowl, you're not a Hall of Fame coach. You're not probably, quarterback, like a Dan Marino, yeah. But Eli Manning is in the conversation about being a Hall of Famer, not because of his stellar career throwing almost as many touchdowns as interceptions. It's because he won the big game, right? That's what it takes. Tom Coughlin. You didn't play for Tom Coughlin, Brad, but he was part of your organization. In his coaching career, he was a good coach, but it was the fact that he was able to win rings is the reason why he is a Hall of Famer. So it takes for you to win a Super Bowl to put you in that conversation. So, yes, you have to win a Super Bowl to be an elite general manager in the NFL.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. That elite category is elite for a reason, right? I mean, there's only by definition, there's a limited number of elite people, right? If 32 teams, you can't say 10 general managers are elite. There's really only 5 or less, 3 or less. And for sure, to get to that point, you have to have at least a Super Bowl underneath your belt. The only reason I can think that maybe you could bend those rules would be somebody like John Lynch in San Francisco, where they bended 2 Super Bowls. They almost won one, got to overtime against the Chiefs, and they're a perennial just studs across the board. You could start to make the argument that he's elite, even though he hasn't gotten the Super Bowl win, but he's gotten to several Super Bowls. And so until that the Packers are even in the NFC Championship or even in a Super Bowl, let alone win it, there's no way you can put the elite status on Brian Gutekunst.
And as we put the poll out there, part of me wanted to say good, but I think he's been good, but what makes him great is the ability that he had to have the stones to disrupt the organization, draft Jordan Love, and ultimately this franchise hasn't missed a beat in terms of Rodgers then had back-to-back MVP seasons. There was a lot of drama within that, but ultimately they were a 1 seed in the playoffs 2 years in a row. 2019 in LaFleur's first year, they went 13-3, made it to the NFC Championship game. And then after Rodgers at the end of his career, when the team really wasn't set up for Super Bowl success, and maybe Rodgers' buy-in had a little bit to do with that, but I don't think that team in 22 really had that opportunity to win the whole thing. When you have Alan Lazard running out as your 2, and you could also blame Aaron Rodgers for, trying to manipulate how many guys he could have. Cobb should have been a wide receiver specialist coordinator guy instead of a guy that you had paid a certain amount of money to just catch a third down every other game, catch a first down on third down every other game. But then, boom, he drafts in a certain way that goes a little bit outside of the norm, gets rid of anyone with a Ted Thompson tie outside of, I think, Kenny Clark is still the only one with that tie, and youngest team in the NFL back-to-back years has this team ascending in a direction where it's like you can't argue against the fact that he's been a great GM. Because with a Hall of Fame quarterback and then a first-year starter with the youngest team in the NFL in back-to-back years making the playoffs, he's great. He is great at what he does.
It is shocking that Ben Brust just said Goody was great. All the trash you talked about Goody in the past, you are now finally admitting the greatness. Yes, the greatness.
Can you cite anything
Goody
that I've said that is trash
are
other than
you
trashing his quarterback?
Last year, you were so hard on Goody. We had a whole, but we were ready to fire Goody. We were ready to get rid of Mark Murphy. Am I tripping?
October of last year, we were pretty hard on him. Yeah.
We gonna act like we weren't hard on Goody.
But as was everyone. Kyle, you can't sit here and make it about me.
I'm not saying that, but I flipped over. I was anti-Goody for a while, very anti-Goody. I was Aaron Rodgers. That was my boy. That was my boy. I was mad at Goody because I felt like he did not put enough, and I still believe he did not put enough people around Aaron Rodgers. He could probably be an elite GM had he decided that he was going to go away from what he was taught and to sign some people on the offensive side of the football that can elevate this team to a championship. But instead, he wanted to steady ship, and he said, we're going to win it doing it our way. And that ended up not having a championship ring for Aaron Rodgers in his second act, and he only got that one early in his career. So overall, I was still upset with Goody when we moved on from Aaron Rodgers. But last year, during the season, once Jordan Love started playing better, the football team turned around. They were 3-6, Ben. I was pointing a lot of fingers. I was dramatic. I was over the top. But 3-6, we were upset. Once this football team started turning it around, once we started seeing some bright spots from some young players, that's when I said, oh, Goody cooked, man. He's cooking.
I thought you were always right.
I mean, I use all the information in front of me, and it don't take long for me to change my mind. And, boy, I changed it quickly.
Yeah, and he has cooked, and he has certainly put together an incredible young team, but we cannot let him off the hook. And he's great. I cast my vote for great. I would not want to exchange him for almost any general manager in the NFL. There's a few that might, but he is great. The Packers should be thankful they have him. But the reason that they are not a 1 seed, they're not winning the NFC North, the reason that they're not, outside of a long shot, a true Super Bowl contender is because he has not gotten the first-round picks right. And he has invested most of his first-round picks on the defensive side. And the defensive line, the secondary, those are where he has spent most of his first-round picks, and those are the worst units on the team. So because of that, imagine if even half of those guys, if half of them were studs.
Oh, it's different.
This team would be the number 1 seed. They would be cooking, and you would say this team is not going to, it's like the Miami Heat with LeBron. Not 1, not 2. It would be a matter of multiple champions.
Brad, you don't even need to say, all you need to say is if you get Jair, you get one more guy and a guy after that. You get 3 guys that work out from the 2018 draft until now. That changes everything.
Well, even think when you say Jair, Kyle, like, if the first-round draft pick used on Eric Stokes was somebody that turned into a guy opposite of Jair, that we're not saying, hey, we literally need Stokes not on the field. Why is he still getting snaps? Those are the difference makers that go from great to elite. But there's only one elite person in this world when it comes to everything. I mean, I haven't met anybody more elite than Gina Della from Pella.
That's right. Gina Della from Pella and Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. They're offering you a gift, and it's a gift you need. Because if you have been living under a rock, you can tell that we're getting snow, we're getting cold. The state of Wisconsin endures brutal, bitter winters. It's a reminder that you got those old, drafty windows and doors. Yeah, you can't waste any more time than then go to the Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin to take advantage of their durable, their beautiful, their functional, and their windows and doors that will change the landscape of your home. Not only that, they're going to lower your energy bill because they keep the heat in where it belongs. They are giving you the gift that even Santa Claus can't top this year. $19 per window per month and $81 per patio door per month. But you gotta schedule and sit down with Pella Windows and Doors by December 31st of this year. It's only 11 more days. Do yourself a favor. Take advantage of the gift that Pella is extending to you. Visit PellaWI.com today. Tell them KBN sent you. Gina Della and the whole crew loves us over there. And do yourself a favor, do your home a favor, and upgrade it with Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
I have something to share, and I'm not excited to share it. Next.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN.
He was the lead in the girls softball movie, the Bernstein Bears. What's it called?
800
what?
990
Tom Hanks, that movie. There's no crying in baseball. What was it?
That was A League of Their Own.
Yeah. Not Bad News Bears.
The Bernstein Bears, like the book.
Bernstein Bears. Bro, you're done.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Monday Night Football. Is it a trap game? Hey, it's Alex Stroh from ESPN Wisconsin. Getting you ready for Packers Saints beginning at 4 o'clock on Monday. Join me, Gabe Neitzel, and Super Bowl champion Jarrett Bush as we break down all things trap game, maybe, ahead of Packers Saints this Monday on Green Bay Game Day.
It's a Monday night edition of Green Bay Game Day for Week 16, presented by Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. It all starts Monday at 4 p.m. on 94.5 ESPN, the Wisconsin On Demand app, and ESPN Milwaukee's YouTube page. The road to New Orleans starts here. Don't miss a beat on the green and gold.
Open, Jaden Reed!
Join Alex Stroh, Gabe Neitzel, John Anderson, Jason Wilde, and Super Bowl champions Brian Bulaga and Jared Bush. All the way on the road to Bourbon Street.
Road trip!
Green Bay Game Day, 3 hours before kickoff of every green and gold game. Listen live on 94.5 ESPN and the ESPN Milwaukee YouTube channel.
Ho, my back.
Santa?
Gina Della from Pella. You've been a good girl this year.
Is that why you're in here building new windows?
Santa's doing OT.
Let me make a call.
Frighteningly fast Pella team at your service. Let us take it from here, Mr. Claus. And Gina, next time.
I know. Ask for a Pella gift card. Right now at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, get as low as $19 per window and $81 per patio door per month.
PellaWI.com. Certain restrictions apply. Ends 12/31/2024.
Rick, describe some of our wow Christmas gifts while Sarah and I name the prices and add a little commentary.
Okay. A 1.5 carat total weight diamond bolo bracelet.
Amazingly unique.
Just $1,598.
Half carat total weight inside outside diamond hoop earrings.
Just $698.
1 carat total weight is just $898.
A fabulous 3 carat oval created diamond.
But we only have a few of these.
Just $3,998.
A 1 carat total weight created diamond tennis bracelet.
Just $898.
We also have the big 1 carat total weight natural diamond tennis bracelet for just $1,798.
And from now until Christmas, we have 18 months same as cash financing.
With approved credit.
And a delightful gift for you with every purchase of at least $300.
Merry Christmas.
Welcome to Kessler's.
Find the Kesslers nearest you at KesslersDiamonds.com.
Sharon needed legal help. She needed Gruber Law Offices.
When I think about Gruber Law Office, I think about how they took care of me, how they make sure that you get what you're supposed to get. Gruber Law Office. One call, that's all. I will always trust one call, that's all.
Injured? Call Gruber Law Offices today. One call, that's all.
They are the best. I'm very happy.
From your best friend who lives on caffeine to your teenager who always forgets to fill up their tank, Quick Trip gift cards are the ultimate holiday hack for everyone on your list. Pick one up in-store or online, and they'll have everything they need. Coffee, snacks, groceries, fuel, and more, all with one thoughtful gift. And honestly, who has time for complicated gift shopping? We know you don't. Give the gift that keeps life moving. Holiday gift cards from Quick Trip.
Start your Christmas week off with a night in Green Bay as the Green and Gold return home to host New Orleans for Monday Night Football. The Ticket King can get you into the frozen tundra to experience this primetime matchup. With offices in Milwaukee and Green Bay, Ticket King is your local and most trusted source to buy tickets to Monday's game at theticketking.com or call 414-273-6007. Theticketking.com is your one-stop shop for great seats in Green Bay. Theticketking.com, and follow Ticket King on Facebook and Instagram.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
All right, guys, to pull a Brad Nortman line there. All right, guys.
Sounds good on you, Ben.
Well, I know it does because I actually timed it perfectly with you when you did hear Brad out on Wednesday.
It was a beautiful moment.
Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace,
Was it an
Brad
ass
Nortman,
tapping
Strophe
moment?
running the show.
I wish.
No, different moment. Can I ask for an official extension?
On?
For what?
I left that open-ended to see what you guys would say.
All right, guys.
Gift giving. Can we shoot for Kyle, Brust, and Nortman gift giving to happen in the new year?
Wait, are we giving each other gifts?
No, this is news to me.
We're not giving each other gifts?
I have
we
no
didn't
interest
last
in
year. I
giving-
was the only one that gave gifts because I am Saint Nick Kyle Claus.
I have no interest in giving you guys gifts.
Dang, Brad.
It's a harsh way to put it, but I got enough going on.
How is the wealthiest man on KBN? His net worth is literally 10 times, 20 times, 100 times
He's very
us
frugal.
combined.
He's very frugal.
And he don't want to give us a gift.
It's
After
not-
last year I got you a gift, you aren't like inclined to say, well, Lexi Kyle did give me this last year. You think I should get the guy something? Like, what the heck, man?
Yeah, I don't necessarily believe in coworker gifts, especially if it's a small thing. Absolutely, I appreciate
Wait, hold on,
that.
Brad,
hold on. We've diverted.
We're the only people you see in this office.
For
you
real,
only see us.
Exactly.
Hold on, Ben. Why are you asking for an extension on something we never agreed to do?
That's very true. I wasn't expecting anything from you, Ben. I really don't.
Well,
wanna get
now
anything
I
from
feel stupid because if we weren't planning on to do this, now I just brought this to the table, and now I feel like I have to get you guys something because I asked for an extension on getting you guys gifts,
Right,
and
that's
now
what
I
I'm
can't
saying.
go back on getting you guys gifts.
Ben just ran into a lot of money here. He's throwing money left and right. My goodness.
What's our price limit?
I'm trying to be what Brad should be.
What's our price limit, Ben?
You guys are priceless, so I'm not looking at the number of the dollar value. I'm trying to figure out what would make your lives better.
Don't you bring no paper mache project or car. If you got a handwritten card, keep it. Save the tree. I don't want it.
Look, I saw Brock Purdy, the quarterback of the 49ers. He gifted his offensive lineman some cars.
I'm open to that.
I don't know. I mean, like if you guys
got
don't
them
want that, it's
cars?
fine. I'll save it.
Yeah. No, I'll take your gift because I am giving you and Brad and Strophe gifts this year.
War.
Yeah, I am. It's just I got to pick it up. So you guys.
Wait a minute.
Y'all,
wait a minute.
It's not my fault. Y'all
Hold
not
on.
working on Christmas
No,
Eve. This is on you, not me.
This is a problem. We've got Ben Brust secretly getting gifts. We've got Kyle Wallace secretly picking up gifts. We can't have one-sided gift giving. That creates a dichotomy in our unit that doesn't
He's
work.
right.
It already started last year. I gave you guys a gift. I gave them a gift last year.
But it was like a gag gift.
It wasn't a gift. It ain't no gag gift.
It was a gag gift.
Brad, I had to jumpstart your car with my jumper cables.
You got it.
Not a
And then you
gag.
got me jumper
He
cables.
got so angry he just drooled.
And now look at it, is that you both put them in your wives' and fiancés' cars. So I am helping your wives and fiancés if they ever have any issues. That ain't no gag gift. That is a lifesaver. I have saved
actually
lives
is.
today multiple times. So when you get the other gift that you're probably going to give to your
hold on.
fiancé and
So
wife.
Ben, what's the issue? Did you order something and it's not here yet, or you haven't picked out what you're
No,
getting?
I just
us
have haven't even thought about getting you guys things. So if you want to let me know what you want for Christmas
Gift
now,
card.
I can maybe take care of you.
Give me a gift card to get something
Gift
to
card
eat.
for Kyle.
Yeah.
Easy peasy.
Amazon.
Strofe.
Surprised me.
Oh, that doesn't help.
It's
Brad.
the thought that counts.
Something you think would improve my life.
He can't afford
All right.
the
Well,
blinds.
yeah.
I can't afford the
I
blinds.
can't afford a $15,000 treadmill.
I'll take a pack of cardless, Ben.
Brad.
I will. I'll gladly receive that.
Kyle, thanks for helping. Brad, thanks for not helping. Strofe, thanks for not helping.
I like gifts.
You guys will get gifts on the other side of the new year. Coming up next in Beaver Dam is the Dam Sports Show. Jim, Matt, and Molly are in Madison. Oh, we're on a Beaver Dam. Cresso's out for a day off. We're back in 2 minutes on 94.5 ESPN and on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee. It's Kyle, Brust, and Nortman. Don't go anywhere.
To the record store, you're gonna give them all your money. Radio plays what they want you to hear.
Southbound on 43, a brutal ride right now from Silver Spring all the way down through the Marquette interchange. We do have a broken down vehicle on the ramp to get onto eastbound 794 as well, so keep that in mind. We do have backup southbound on 894 south of Greenfield Avenue all the way down and around the Hale interchange to Forest Home. Eastbound 94, a hefty ride from 84th Street all the way through 35th. And 41 southbound is going to be slow basically from Good Hope Road all the way down to Burleigh. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight, mostly clear, chilly, wind chills dipping into the single digits, a low of 15. Tomorrow, partly cloudy, high of 24. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazagon, 94.5 ESPN.
Woo! Hey, this is Ben Brust from Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin. People can't stop screaming about the Screamin' Sicilian frozen pizza, and no wonder. There's plenty to scream about, like the buttery stone-fired crust, secret recipe tomato sauce, mounds of whole milk mozzarella, and tons of premium toppings. Find Screamin' Sicilian in your local grocer's freezer and find out for yourself why Sport called Screamin' Sicilian's Holy Pepperoni frozen pizza the best of the best. Screamin' Sicilian. Taste what all the screamin' is about.
This is Matt Meitner, owner of Sit Means Sit Dog Training. Do you find yourself talking to your dog but feel like she's not listening to you?
Bella, sit!
Are you constantly repeating yourself but she's not following your directions?
Sit! Sit!
Frustrating, isn't it? At Sit Means Sit Dog Training, we want to help you have a happy, confident, and obedient dog, and we also want to make the training process an enjoyable and worthwhile experience. Contact Sit Means Sit today to schedule a free consultation so we can create a customized training program so you are able to have the dog you want and deserve.
Sit Means Sit Dog Training. Sorry, we don't train husbands, wives, or kids.
Hey, this is Jen Latta. You're listening to 94.5 ESPN, WKTI, and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station. Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN on 94.5 ESPN, the Wisconsin On Demand app, and streaming live at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
We them boys. We them boys.
It's the Bow Hour at 4 on KBN.
He's Kyle Wallace. I'm Ben Brust alongside. I'm not alongside. I'm in my basement. Brad Nortman is with Kyle and Strofe at the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studios. 800-990-3776. And I do want to take a little peek at Monday's matchup with the New Orleans Saints because the Green Bay Packers are 14.5-point favorites. And I actually believe there is something we can learn from this game. Kyle, I know you're of the camp like, well, you can't learn anything. But I believe there's something to learn. I think Brad believes there's something you can learn as well.
I do. You look at this game, and man, according to Potawatomi, the Packers are a 14-point favorite. I mean, they're playing a beaten-up New Orleans Saints team, where usually in the NFL, guys, you can't go into any game and say one team is objectively better than the other. Even when the Packers are playing the Jaguars or whoever else, the Packers playing the Bears, any given team in the NFL is high quality. These are professionals. They're really good. There's a reason why the average margin of victory is only 3 points. talent is well distributed. But with this situation, it's just not the case. The Packers have high-quality players on the field. They're generally healthy. They're playing a team that's just languishing right now. No starting quarterback, no starting running back. Injuries across the entire both sides of the ball. They are struggling with a capital S. That's the New Orleans Saints. So that 14-point favorite, it's warranted. The question is, when you play a game like that, which really does feel like a Big Ten school playing a non-conference school, where they should beat up on them pretty good, what can you possibly learn from it? To me, it's proving that this team can be mentally tough. It's easy to look past a game like this to the big, bad Minnesota Vikings coming up and, the playoffs are right down the road. A mentally tough team will be able to take this 1 week at a time, show up, and honestly, even more so to double down on that, a great team, a Super Bowl contending team, a team that with playoff implications will throttle this team. If you were the Philadelphia Eagles, if you're the Detroit Lions, if you're the Buffalo Bills, when you play a team like this, you beat them by 21. And it's not even close by the time the second quarter starts. From start to finish, there is no doubt who the better team is. You are crisp, you are in rhythm, and you are doing everything you want. Your will is imposed on a team like this. So to me, when you have such a big disparity in quality product on the field and such a big disparity in point differential, Packers being massive favorites, what you can take from this game is this team mentally tough enough to not take this team too lightly, play with their food, keep them in the game, and sneak out a victory? But are you the type of team that imposes your will, dominates, and from the start to finish throttles this team? Because that is what good teams do.
No, absolutely. I'm looking forward to seeing the growth. Like I know I said that there's not a lot we can learn from these different games coming up because they have nothing to prove. That was my whole thing, is they have nothing to prove in those games. But what they can do, they can build, right? They are still trying to identify what their identity is. They're trying to instill the fact that we want to be a tough, hard-nosed football team that can run the football and play some good defense where guys are swarming around the ball. And so this is an opportunity, as Brad just said, you're going up against a lesser opponent. Can you destroy them? What we saw earlier this year that shocked us was the Detroit Lions. When they beat up teams by like 40, dropping 50 points on teams, we were all impressed. That is what the Green Bay Packers need to do. This is the start of that. When I look back to last season when the Green Bay Packers went on a run and we got better, there were games in there that were a little close, right? You lost against the New York Giants last year late in the season in your last 4 games. You lost the lead against the Carolina Panthers, and you had to come back in the fourth quarter to win that football game, right? And so when I look ahead at the game against the Saints, it's all about where is the team from 2023 to 2024? Are we still going in the direction where all of a sudden now we are figuring out who we are, the character that we have, and the fact that regardless who matches up against us each week, we will never play down to their opponent. We saw it earlier this year against the Jaguars where the Packers played a little bit down to their opponent. They allowed them to come back in the game, and Malik Willis saved today. This is an identity game where the Green Bay Packers can show and prove that they are a heck of a football team, not for this year, but for years to come. If they can show as the youngest football team in the NFL, they can beat the crap out of a team like the New Orleans Saints. That is the expectation on Monday night. Is who are you as a football team? We'll find out a lot on Monday.
Yeah, I really like a lot, believe it or not, of what Kyle said. Maybe he's on to something?
You already know, Stroh, what to do.
I think Kyle is on to something.
Kyle's on to something.
When I was the most impressed with the Detroit Lions, obviously they were more healthy, but it was about the teams that they were just playing, and I think they had played maybe like a Jacksonville or a Tennessee or somebody, and it was like 55-3 or whatever that final score was. You know what the Lions did? They peaked at the wrong time. You know what the Packers are trying to do? Peak at the right time, heading into the playoffs. And so when Kyle says, I want to see them do what the Lions did, I agree. And this is an opportunity for them to show that they can do that heading into a game in which everything points that they're going to win, but how much can they win by? How much can they impose their will? How much can they gain confidence from beating down a team and knowing that they're heading into a game the next week and not being like thinking about Minnesota and just sort of skating by the Saints and getting the victory, and maybe we're just like, it's kind of been the theme of the year. They beat the teams they're supposed to. This is a Super Bowl teams throttle the Saints in this moment. Super Bowl teams throttle the New Orleans Saints with how beat up they are. Spencer Rattler, if he Tommy DeVito's us, we just might as well say, hey, like this was a good year. Not a great year, because if Spencer Rattler is able to do something that happened to this Packers team in a very similar situation of timing last year, that's not good enough. Super Bowl teams will take care of a backup quarterback, a no Alvin Kamara, a no number one wide receiver, a Taysom Hill that's not there, and a defense that is giving up 7 yards 7 yards after the catch. You're right. Like if Jaden Reed can get it in space, like this is a game in which you can dominate the Saints, and that's what Super Bowl teams do. And I feel like this is a good spot to learn about how the Green Bay Packers are attacking the second half of the season. 800-990-3776. Can you learn anything from the Saints game? Because we believe yes.
And there is messaging around the league that the Packers should think about. Now, I just said they need to be mentally tough and take it one game at a time. But whenever I was on teams that was gearing up for the playoffs, and we were starting to do a little like scenario generating, right?
Y'all do that, huh?
Oh,
players?
yeah, we do that. Oh, yeah, we do that. Thinking about like who's playing well, what would the matchup be like right now? You got time on your hands, and playoffs are such a big deal that so much goes into it. That's why it can be a distraction. It can be something that allows you to overlook games like this. But naturally, as long as you're still preparing the way you should, these guys in the locker room, in your own free time, you're looking at the schedule. You're looking at how are the Green Bay Packers playing? How are the Los Angeles Rams playing? You take notice of the scores around the league.
What'd you do when your team sucked? Plan your vacation?
Basically, yeah.
Did you actually? I'm genuinely curious. Do players plan vacations when they know they're out of the playoffs?
Yes.
Why would you not?
When I was, the only year, my first year in Carolina, we were like 6-10, something like that. My first year in Jacksonville, we were 3-13. And so we were out of the playoff race by mid-November, right? And so by this time then, oh, yeah. Lexi and I were planning a 5-week vacation to Europe.
Is that the vacation that you went to and then you came back and were overweight?
Exactly. That was the same exact vacation. I had a great vacation, guys. But when you are playoff bound, you do start to look at other teams, right? You focus on your game, but when the score is over on Sunday night, you start to roll through ESPN.com and say, oh, wow, the Packers, I know the Saints are beat up, but it was 42-10. Like that's a game. So you start to think, okay, this Packer team, I'm seeing a trend. It's a team that's not to be trifled with. It's a team that you're looking for every sort of advantage you can get. If you're a team that either is or perceived to be hot, and you're going to go be a wild card team and go play someone at their own place, listen, that is a scary opponent. There were a couple of times when we won the division and we're like, geez, we got to go play now a hot San Francisco 49er team coming in here. Players are aware of that.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm thinking about striking fear in other players because as you were telling that story about you planning vacation because your team sucked, right? But it made me think about last year at the end of the season. I remember Amon-Ra St. Brown and Equinemius St. Brown on the podcast with DJ Moore. They were talking about the cornerbacks from the Green Bay Packers and how the Packers, they legit, like that's a good football team. It is good to know that other NFL players are taking note. So if the Green Bay Packers can beat up on the Saints after having a great victory against Seattle and then they beat Minnesota, it may not make people say, oh, they're for sure going to win the Super Bowl, but it does allow other teams to say, that team right there is dangerous. That team right there is hot. Like, they know the talent that we have. They're playing well right now. It makes them maybe a little bit nervous and maybe gets you a little bit of edge.
Yeah, again, I just want to reiterate, like, this is a game that you can learn something, right? Especially with how the season's played out. We've been given enough evidence as to too many games, Rams without Puka, as they call him, Puka Nacua and Cooper Kupp. Or did I say it right? What do I normally call them when I'm wrong? Koopa?
Koopa Troopa.
Koopa Troopa, I think
Koopa
you call them now.
Koopa Nacua. When the Rams were shorthanded, Whittingham, a guy that we had never heard of, lit up the screen. The Jacksonville Jaguars didn't put them away. There's been instances that we can turn to and say, all right, that was the first half Green Bay Packers. And what do we like to do? We like to talk about Matt LaFleur and these teams playing the best football in December. Well, here's an opportunity against a beat-up team to say, hey, let's go kick the crap out of them, and then we can go show the world what we're made of against Minnesota, and then we get excited about maybe doing the whole time is a flat circle, third year starting for Jordan Love, wild card run, to the Super Bowl?
For next year?
Why are we ruling out this year?
Yeah, why are we talking about third year?
Did I say next year? I meant this year.
You said third year, so that's why you
third year,
lost
next
me.
year, which is what Rodgers did it, and he did it in his third
Damn.
year.
damn.
What?
Jordan Love feels like he's been the quarterback longer than a year and a half.
No, he
hasn't
doesn't. No, he doesn't.
It does, actually.
No, not for
I'm Team Kyle here.
Aaron Rodgers feels like a long time ago.
Well, Aaron Rodgers does feel like a while ago, but it doesn't feel like Jordan Love has been a quarterback for a while because last year he had his ups and his downs, and this season he still has some of that growing
such a roller
pains.
coaster season that it felt like multiple seasons.
Yeah, maybe it did, but for my eyes, no, that boy wasn't ready.
It really does feel like Jordan Love's career has been like 5 years. I know he's been out for almost that time, but smushed together, right? Because usually you got a bad rookie year, then a good sophomore year, then a year where you go earn a contract, and there's contract negotiations. Those take place over 4 years. He did that in 1 year. 1 year. Crazy.
And now I don't want to debate the length of time that Jordan Love's been the quarterback because I think we can
there's not
adequately say that it's been a year and 15 weeks or 1 year of play and then 15 weeks of play. So, yes, I think we're all in agreement there. But what we always do is, Strofe, do we have the worst poll of the week this week?
We have one that just is a bad idea, not necessarily a bad poll.
Good polls this week then, huh?
Lack of polls this week. But yes, the ones we are using
People
are
mailing it in already? Oh, my gosh.
Ben doing the show from home.
Yeah.
You and I in lockstep, Kyle. Attaboy.
Yeah. Oh, man.
My daughter is sick.
Excuses.
All right, you want me to come in and touch it all over, Kyle?
You could have got
all over.
You could have went. You could have came into work. You could have went into an office. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you would love to. Touch me all over.
After he talked about what him and Chewy did yesterday, you never know, man.
What if you passed it to Chewy?
Via the buttocks?
Via
pole position next.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN.
Oh no, not Coach Booty. People said yes. Good riddance. He didn't do enough.
Not Coach Bud, but Coach Booty.
They call him Booty, Bud? Did
they call him
Coach
Booty?
Bud. You know when I said Booty.
Only his friends call him
when
Booty.
I said
on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
It is a very slow ride on southbound 43 from Silver Spring, pretty much solid all the way down through the Marquette and over the high-rise bridge. Once you get past the high-rise bridge, you are good to go all the way down through the Mitchell interchange. Southbound on 41, slowing down from Good Hope Road all the way down towards Burleigh. The northbound side is backing up around Center Street, up past Burleigh, almost to Capitol Drive. Eastbound 94, slowing from 84th Street through to 35th. Actually, make that to 27th Street. The westbound side's going to be slow from 27th all the way to Mitchell Boulevard. And southbound on the bypass from Greenfield all the way down and around the Hale interchange to Forest Home. You're going to see those delays there. Traffic is brought to you by Fisco Auto Body. Call Fisco Auto Body to help with all body repair needs. Fisco. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight. Mostly clear and chilly with the wind chills dipping into the single digits, a low of 15. And then tomorrow, partly cloudy with a high of 24. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Greg Matzek, Gary Ellerson, the day after reaction show you need in your life.
This offense, Matt LaFleur's side of the ball, dragged this whole team through where they are right now.
It's Potawatomi Sportsbook Football Mondays with Greg and Gary.
The defense got hot at the right time. That might be what we're seeing here with the Packers defense as well.
Live from the Potawatomi Sportsbook Studios from 6 to 8 p.m. every Monday on 94.5 ESPN. Let's get the latest from Lambeau. This is your green and gold fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Z-Bart of Greater Milwaukee. Want that mirror finish on your car? You need Z-Gloss by Z-Bart. Z-Gloss is a 3-layer ceramic coating that not only gives your car that mirror finish, it protects it from everything that Mother Nature can throw at it. Visit zbart.com for more information.
The Packers are in their 10th win of the season, taking down the Seattle Seahawks 30-13 out in the Pacific Northwest. Green Bay's defense dominated from start to finish, allowing just 208 total yards while registering 7 sacks, 11 quarterback hits, and 2 interceptions. Head coach Matt LaFleur with high praise for defensive coordinator Jeff Hafley's game plan.
He does a great job of putting our guys in position, always coming up with things to offset wherever our holes are. Our guys went out there and took the coaching and executed at a high level.
The Packers on the verge of clinching a playoff spot, host the New Orleans Saints on Monday Night Football. Kickoff is at 7:15.
This has been your green and gold fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Z-Bart of Greater Milwaukee.
Cousin Subs is spicing things up this fall with a new sub and a delicious shake. The Chipotle Cheesesteak Sub, with either grilled-to-order chicken or steak, features pepper jack cheese, sauteed green peppers and onions, jalapenos, and Chipotle ranch dressing. And that's not all. Pair your Chipotle cheesesteak with a delicious mint shake, and your taste buds will fall in love. Order in-store, online, or via the mobile app. Cousin Subs. We believe in better.
Hey, it's Gabe Neitzel from ESPN Milwaukee's Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. You know how much I love and trust X Golf with my golf game. Whether we're talking about Brookfield or Mequon, the state-of-the-art simulators, the custom golf clubs they can build, the lessons you can get from their PGA pros. Secretly, one of my favorite things is after my round. In fact, most Fridays, you can find me in Brookfield at the bar enjoying a nice cold drink, maybe having some of the food that they have from their incredible menu. This can happen for you too. Go to xgolfbrookfield.com or xgolfmequon.com to book your tee time today.
Wisconsin is still cattle country, and that's why Bunzel's chose to stay close to home to hand select the finest beef. Quality goes into everything they do, from Bunzel's expansive array of meats, homemade specialty sausages, and their award-winning beef jerky. It just isn't a proper holiday meal without Bunzel's top quality cuts on the dinner table. Tasting is believing. Visit Bunzel's at 90th and Burleigh or bunzels.com.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Smacked my head in the basement. The dog started barking. That's how I know it was bad.
But they thought the thing was beating you up? Because they were trying to defend your honor? What happened? Why are they barking?
No, they are 20-pound watchdogs that would get kicked if somebody walked in and actually did something. They wouldn't be able to protect us at all. They bark at anything because they think they're protecting us.
Don't
and
put
they're
that
not.
out there. You need to say you got guard dogs, ravage dogs, crazy dogs.
No, I'm sorry. I mean, people might.
Are you okay?
Like,
you
bark.
sound really whiny right now. Oh,
His
sorry.
head is
I mean, it
sorry.
hurt. I'm not gonna lie, it
Is this
hurt. Remember when I missed the show for a concussion for 2 days? I
Yeah,
might be
Ben
out
Brust
for
concussion
next
all
week.
over
Oh,
again.
here we go. An excuse to be out. First it was the baby. Now he's concussed.
He's
I
just
see.
building it in.
Yeah.
Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman, half of Ben Brust, and a full Alex Strofe. Time now to go to pole position, presented by Great Lakes Dragaway.
Everyone's got their opinions, but we just happen to think some are better than others. Let's hit the polls. This is Pole Position. Pole Position on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman is presented by Great Lakes Dragway, a quarter-mile-long drag strip, plus a drift pad. Even drive your own car on the track. Find full event schedule and ticket information at GreatLakesDragway.com.
Yeah, fellas, we typically start with the worst poll of the week. Not a ton of great candidates this week, which is a good thing for our fellow shows. But this one, I don't get it. This one from Jim, Matt, and Molly, per usual. Weekdays from 4 to 6, ESPN Madison. Jim Rutledge has slept in a bathtub while hungover 4 to 5 times in his life. Have you ever slept, period, in a bathtub?
Zero, nilch, nada.
Yeah, that seems like a drowning hazard.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have water in it. I remember one time we were traveling.
Wait. You're saying he is dry, sleeping in a tub?
Yeah, he's just falling asleep in a tub. He's not taking a bath and falling asleep in a tub. That's how Whitney died. You know, he ain't sleeping in water.
But why is he in the tub then?
Yeah,
because he needed a bed because the beds were filled up.
Yeah, this isn't that uncommon.
But he said while hungover.
Yeah, hungover. Yeah, he was.
So go home. Go to your bed.
He stumbled somewhere. He wasn't in the right frame
drunk.
of mind.
This is hungover.
Okay, well then I don't know. But I have slept in a heart-shaped tub before.
Go on.
So, me and my family, my parents, we used to do cross-country trips. We went to go see different things in the Midwest. And one time you just drive, right? You drive until you get tired. You know, Papa Wallace got tired, and we pulled over, and we stayed at like a Motel 8 or something like that. It was the last place. And only place they had available was the Romantic Suite. And I just remember
the Wallace family in the Romantic
I just
Motel
remember the heart-shaped bathtub, and I must have just wanted to lay in it or something like that. But I remember in the Romantic Suite somewhere in the middle of nowhere, Montana or South Dakota, at a Super 8.
And you
Quite honestly,
I remember falling asleep in it. Yeah. There's only like one bed.
The heart the heart-shaped fridge.
Whoa,
Maybe I am
concussion.
The heart-shaped tub might actually be comfier than a Motel 8 bed.
Maybe that's what they were
paper
thinking.
thin.
But now that I think about it, I'm mad my parents let me step foot in that because the romantic suite, heart-shaped tub, jacuzzi, I know what was occurring in the jacuzzi. And now I'm disgusted.
Yeah, there's nothing clean about that.
It's still on you. Part of that is still on you to this day.
You can never get it off.
I'm going to call my parents after the show and ask them, what were y'all thinking?
Yeah, I've never slept in a tub before. Don't understand why that's at all.
Why is that even an option?
Desire to do?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't sleep on the
Brad,
floor.
I feel like you and I were similar. We're sleep snobs.
Oh, for sure. I got everything right. Everything.
So you
right.
wouldn't sleep on the floor?
I would sleep on a floor before I sleep in the tub.
You can't sleep on a floor? What did you do? You didn't have sleepovers? Oh, that's right. You didn't have any friends growing up.
Hey-o!
Hey! The floor sleeping bag situation is pretty great.
If you want to go deep into it, I was the kid that would fall asleep first and wake up with stuff drawn over his face.
Oh.
That makes sense.
Hey, guys. Why did you do that? Because it fell asleep.
Sorry. I know it's me. I'm going through the visuals of things written on Ben Brust's face with Sharpie.
Here's what I don't understand about Ben. It seems like there is one version of Ben before age 19. And then another version of Ben before. Because now I feel like you would be the person that says the latest.
Brad.
So wait, you would be the latest in drawing on people?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, from elementary school till probably age 24, I was one person. And
Even
then when I
college?
came back from even college, I was still I was fun, but I wasn't this Ben. The person who changed my life was Greg Scalzo, my former co-host. He introduced me to so many new things in the world.
All right, next on pole position.
He's concussed. Now he's going down memory lane.
I turned off his mic.
For sure, he's concussed.
He's still going. Nope, mic off. Don't need to hear about it. Save it for Thursdays. The Jen, Gabe, and Chewy weekday morning 7 to 9. How long after receiving a card, holiday, birthday, thank you, etc., does it make it into the trash? So how long after receiving a card does it make it into the trash? Is it the same day, the same week, a year or more, or never?
So Greg Scal.
Go ahead, Kyle.
Unfortunately, it becomes junk. I mean, honestly,
locked in a.
I want to throw it away instantly, but it becomes junk and sits around my house. Yeah. Cards are a waste of time. Who keeps cards for what purpose? What purpose? I'm not going to look at the card and say, "Oh, I remember that birthday card that this rando gave me." I'm going to tell you this now, Brad. If you give me a card, it's going to be in the garbage one day.
I have kept Ben still going. If it's like a thank you card or a handwritten card, if it's ultra meaningful, I will keep it forever. But that's become a lot of cards now at this point in my life. But any other generic card, I'll keep it for a week, maybe 2 at most. That's going to the trash.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie. I actually think I might be concussed.
Really?
Yeah, I started looking around and things aren't as level as they were before the head bump.
Okay, here's
now
the
I gotta
thing.
do a show by myself on Monday.
No, here's the thing. He's faking it. He's trying to get out early on the weekend.
That's what it is.
It's a holiday weekend.
Wouldn't be his first time leaving early from what I was told.
No, the show is shortened already. It's 2 to 4 before Green Bay game day pregame, so I'm not trying to get out of that.
Now he's holding his head. Oh my!
Okay,
you're a little puny brain.
Ben Brust, member of
Me
the
and
Wicked
Roger's
cast
not
of
so
College
different.
Football
Him
Playoff.
and I.
He's an actor.
What'd you
Damn
say?
good actor.
I can't follow.
Oh my gosh! I guess I'm riding solo on Monday.
It's one of those week-long concussions.
Notice that,
one
Brad,
of those IR concussions.
You know what I love is Brad once didn't say, "You know what? I'll step in. I'll come back. He said, hell no. My vacation starts in the Nortman household tomorrow. Tonight.
It starts at 4:58, boys. Don't expect me coming back. I ain't calling in. You guys enjoy your holidays.
4:57:50. I'll give you an extra 10 seconds.
Exactly. The minute Ben starts to, okay, guys, thank you. Have a great weekend. You got Homer Hour coming up next. I'm going to start to check out.
See you in 2025.
Well, hey, thanks for staying checked in, unlike Brust. Do you know who Branch Rickey is?
Yeah.
Branch Rickey, 68% say no.
I've never heard of that.
I haven't either.
Why do I know Branch Rickey? Was he a baseball player?
You know him or not?
I've heard the name Branch. Oh, he was the general manager for the Dodgers, the Brooklyn Dodgers.
Is that correct? How do you know that?
Because I know history. I love history.
When was he the general manager?
He's the one who signed
Jackie Robinson.
Yeah,
he's right.
Yeah, I know my black history, unlike three of y'all here.
Well, we know Jackie Robinson.
Wait a minute. You initially said two of y'all. Who are you referring to?
I was referring to those two, and then I threw you into it, too. I didn't want to.
I would prefer if you kept it at two.
Yeah, that's why I heard of his name before.
It's impressive.
What? Who asked that poll? That's random.
Jen gave and Chewy.
Why did they ask that poll? Not Black History Month.
Who knows
and he
what they
isn't black
stumble
either.
upon?
Kyle, I don't know the
I'm
context.
guessing it had something to do with Chewy's brain.
That's a good guess.
Also, he probably knew. He said, "Why do I know this name?"
Now I know what it's like to live like Chewy after I bump my head.
Ben just still milking
Ben's
it.
in protocol, huh?
Guys, I'm not milking it.
I know
This is when somebody on the field gets a hard hit and they come into the sideline and the doctors are like, "Nope, you're good. You can go back in." And the guy's like, "No, I think I'm concussed." They're like, "Nope, you are good. People go back in the game."
We've got this text on the text line from Cody. Ben, who is Steve Urkel?
Steve Urkel, Family Matters dork.
Yes.
Deserves a swirly and a noogie every time you see him.
Well, that's really fun because the text from Cody says Ben is White Urkel.
That's hilarious.
Wow.
Oh, geez. Thanks, Cody. Merry Christmas.
So you deserve a swirly is what I'm hearing.
Apparently based off my definition.
Jen gave it Chewy. Do you agree with Chewy that the winner of the Packers-Vikings game next week should get bumped up into the elite tier with the Eagles and Lions in the NFC? 75% of people say yes, they agree with Chewy.
No, they should.
That's a good poll.
No, they shouldn't be bumped up to elite tier yet. Like for me, they still got something to prove, right? The Vikings are a very good football team, but I don't need the Packers to be in any tier. I just need the Packers to perform every time they step on a football field from here on out, especially once we get to January. That's the only thing that matters to me. I don't need them to tell me anything about my team. I need my team to show it on when they hit the field on Saturdays, Sundays, or Mondays during the playoffs.
Yeah, I don't think the winner of that game should be considered elite. I just think that they are two teams that are competing for a wild card. And yes, they are abnormally good wild card teams, but you got the Lions, you got the Eagles. They are clear-cut, head and shoulders above everybody else. Elite, by definition, is a very, very, very small amount, and you can't have a wild card be considered elite.
Yeah, I'm with you guys. I'm trying to justify making it elite, and that tells me that it wouldn't make them elite. I think it's a matchup of two quality opponents, but for the Packers specifically, you feel as if they still haven't peaked. I feel like the Vikings, especially after one of their victories, they're like, pay attention to the Vikings. We're rolling. At no point have we said about the Packers, they're rolling. And I think if we can start saying they're rolling heading into the playoffs, that's all that matters. So maybe Kyle's on to something.
Oh, wow. Ben, you said
I
that
think
a lot.
Kyle's on to something.
You are for sure
Maybe
concussed.
I'm really concussed.
Honestly, for real, I think something's wrong with him. I'm looking at him now. He's struggling.
Well, I looked up here medically, symptoms of a concussion. Moves clumsily.
Oh, that's him.
That sounds like Ben Brust. I mean, you hit your head, and even watching you on camera, you're sort of swaying.
He is. He's moving a lot.
How about this one?
I've been sweating.
How about this one?
I'm telling you guys, this isn't a joke.
These are the two that really leads me to believe. Appears dazed, confused, or stunned.
Oh, wow.
Forgets instruction.
He lives concussed.
He does live concussed.
This is not abnormal for him.
You're in your element right now.
Well, it's times two right now.
It's times. He's stuttering. Stuttering on that.
Answers questions slowly. Can't recall recent events. Mood, behavior, and personalities changes.
Ben, who's Branch Rickey?
He drafted or signed Jackie Robinson for the
like
Brooklyn Dodgers.
Okay, there it is. I'm glad you got that. He's okay.
Well, I'm
good.
I have sent a text to the fiance.
Saying,
We believe your fiance may have concussed himself.
He's in the concussion syndrome.
I am
concussion
protocol.
So
you need the third party.
I'm gonna have Kyle
responses. I'm watching
away
upstairs. LOL. Ben, she's worried about you.
Kyle, give away some hockey tickets. I'm going to go do a concussion protocol test with my fiance.
Good luck.
He's about to go cry to his fiance. Baby, I am really sick right now. I'm hurting.
Get me out of this last half hour.
But you know what? You know what's not hurting is the fact that you have a chance to be at the 4th annual Quick Trip Holiday Face-Off on December 28th and December 29th as college hockey returns to Pfizer Forum. The Wisconsin Badgers return to defend their title, facing the Ferris State Bulldogs in the semifinal action. Day 1, the Yukon Huskies and Alaska Fairbanks Nanooks will battle for the other spot in the championship game. So get your seat today at Ticketmaster.com or be caller number 5 right now. Be caller number 5 right now at 800-990-3776 for your chance to win 4 tickets to the Quick Trip Holiday Face-Off coming up on Saturday, December 28th, and games are at the Pfizer Forum.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
Milwaukee County, you need to shovel the pathway to the lake, okay? I had to step through snow in order to get to the lake.
I think Kyle's the Karen of the show.
I think
he's high maintenance, for sure.
I think Kyle pays taxes in the county of Milwaukee that just went up, so I expect for this stuff to be plowed.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Backups right now on southbound 41 from about Appleton Avenue all the way down past Capitol Drive. You're back on the brakes coming out of the zoo onto the bypass. Going to be slow all the way down and around the Hale interchange to Forest Home. We got southbound 43, still a hefty ride from Hampton, pretty much all the way down through the Marquette and over the high-rise bridge. Eastbound 94, backing up a little bit right past Barker Road and then back on the brakes from 84th Street all the way to 35th. The westbound side slowing from 27th to Mitchell Boulevard. And checking the TMJ4 Storm King forecast tonight, mostly clear, chilly, wind chills dipping into the single digits, a low of 15. Then tomorrow, partly cloudy, a high of 24. Weather's brought to you by the Corners of Brookfield. Help the big guy out this holiday season. Drop off your little one's letters in a special North Pole mailbox in the Market Square through December 22nd. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Betty Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Ready for a win? Well, it's your year. At Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee, you could win over $2,000 in free play every month all year long. Just play your favorite games and you might take the stage in the It's Your Year game show. 25 winners each Thursday. There's $300,000 in cash and prizes up for grabs this January. Yeah, we think it's your year. More info at paysbig.com. Must be 21 years old to play.
Hey, it's ESPN Milwaukee's Jen Latta here with Brad Nortman, and we've got a holiday deal from Quintessa Aesthetic Center that you don't want to miss.
That's right, Jen. The holidays are coming up fast, and if you're looking for the perfect gift for that special woman in your life, or maybe you're interested in checking out Quintessa for yourself, we've got you covered.
Now, through December 20th, for every $100 gift card you buy, you'll get a $20 bonus card. It's a once-a-year deal to make her holiday unforgettable or treat yourself.
Visit myquintessa.com today to grab this special offer.
Monica, what delightful surprise do you have for us this Christmas?
I've been waiting all day for your big reveal. Take a look and tell me what you see. Oh, that's gorgeous.
I see the North Star, that guiding light that always lets you know where you are.
The North Star is important to you?
Sitting directly above the axis of the Earth, it's the only star in the sky that never moves. It's always there for you.
Sarah? I see the star that stood high over Bethlehem 2,000 years ago. Starlight, star bright, first star I see tonight. I wish I may, I wish I might.
Monica, it's fabulous.
Nicole Lasker designed it. I love her.
What's it called?
The Star of Hope. We have them in sterling silver with 4 diamonds for just $198. And in white gold with bigger and bigger diamonds at prices up to $19.98.
I love it.
I love it even more than Rick does. The Star of Hope.
For the location of the Kesslers nearest you, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
Join the roar of 18,000 Bucks fans at Fiserv Forum and be a part of the slam dunks, game-changing plays, and electrifying victories live. Witness the edge-of-your-seat action and unforgettable moments as they happen. You don't want to miss this. Grab your calendar, handpick your favorite matchups, and secure your seats for Dame time in Milwaukee and every incredible moment that comes next at Bucks.com/tickets. That's Bucks.com/tickets.
Dr. Aaron Holtebeck and his team at Holtebeck Eye Center make vision care a top priority with the latest technologies at their state-of-the-art Brookfield office. Dr. Holtebeck has been helping local patients with their eye care needs for over 20 years. And now, Holtebeck Eye Center is excited to add Dr. Nausheen Abbas to their team. Dr. Abbas is an ophthalmologist and cornea specialist that is now available to see patients. Located in Brookfield near the corner of Calhoun and Capitol, learn more about their services at holtebeck.com.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Where's that higher love? I keep thinking of that bring me higher love, bring me higher love,
Hey, it's Kyle Wallace here for Universal Windows Direct, and y'all know what it is. It's the holiday season, which is a time for family, friends, staying cozy inside and getting those cookies out for Santa Claus to come down the chimney or come through your door if you don't have a chimney. But listen, I don't want Santa Claus to get cold in your house, nor do I want you to get cold in your house. So what I need you to do is contact my friends at Universal Windows Direct because they have exclusive super spacer technology that makes the windows perform better, they last longer, and keep your home insulated against the winter chill. Plus, that means you'll also have more comfort and reduced heating bills so you can focus on what matters most during the holiday season, and Santa Claus can stay warm inside your house. So if you act now, for every 2 windows you buy, you get the next 2 free. There's no limit. Buy 4, get 4. Plus, Universal Windows Direct is offering 0% financing for 60 months. That's 5 whole years of interest-free payments. Every window is backed by a true lifetime warranty. Don't wait. Make sure your home is ready for the winter and the holidays. Call Universal Windows Direct today at 414-410-2000 to schedule a free in-home estimate, or visit UWD.com. And like me, you'll be saying, ho, 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 Merry Christmas with your Universal Windows that you love.
You know, he's Kyle Wallace, and he has buried the lead all week. Shame on you for 4:38 at Friday to tell us that you're hosting 2 families on Christmas Eve? You're intermingling the girlfriend's family and your family?
Oof. So Christmas morning, we're having a breakfast. Not my idea.
Christmas morning?
What a surprise!
That is prime time Christmas.
It is prime time Christmas, and it was.
That is a true upset. Not your idea. Wow.
I know, right? And so her family is coming over.
You're the fraud man of the house, by the way.
Yeah, I'm learning day by day. When I look in the mirror and I say, Kyle, just say no, okay? Say no. And then when you know the question comes, and
of course, baby,
and you find yourself saying, okay, so yes, I am hosting a Christmas morning breakfast that I recently told my family about, but I've been very low-key about it. And then I get a phone call from my auntie 2 days ago, and, my aunt's calling me 9 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, what in the heck? Like, okay, what's going on? She know I'm at work, so I'm thinking something going on. Hey, Kyle. I say, hey, auntie. She said, so the Christmas morning breakfast that we going to, what y'all gonna be having to eat, and what's all the details? I said, how you know about this? I didn't tell people. I told my mom, and now she done told people, and so we're hosting even more people for Christmas morning, and we're trying to figure out what the menu is. We've been going back and forth because I told her, listen, baby, I expect certain things on Christmas morning. I expect bacon. I expect pancakes.
Kyle, hold on.
Together, I'm gonna be part of it, but
but the issue is, no, you're not. You could only throw so many hash browns in the air fryer.
No, we don't have. That's the debate we had. She was talking about she wanted some cheesy potatoes. I said, no, my family coming over. We want hash browns.
You don't cook.
I could put stuff in the air fryer. So yes,
but you can't really make that many breakfast foods in the air fryer.
This is a lot of. She doesn't realize the responsibility she has. You know, my auntie told me on the phone. She said, baby, you know, I used to host it, and I did good. So, you know, you have to live up to that. I said, I know, auntie.
Oh, now there's expectations.
I know. And I told my girl, my family, she know them. They're judgy. and y'all think I got a slick mouth and I say things that come to my mind. Imagine 60 and 70-year-old women saying something that come to their mind. Black women, they gonna say anything.
Now, did you volunteer for this role?
No.
Or did baby girl volunteer for this role?
Baby girl, let me tell y'all something. Y'all know this, and Brad, you didn't warn me, and Ben, I guess you're finding out as well. You just get voluntold. Like, a honeydew. Now I understand what the hell a honeydew is. I do.
Oh, yeah.
Matter of fact,
should be the Webster Dictionary Word of the Year in 2020.
Yes, well said.
I didn't get home last night until 8 o'clock at night. I came home. I said, damn, it's a lot of snow out here. And I thought to myself, not once did this kept woman inside the house think she was going to shovel the snow. I get outside to shovel the snow. What she do? She turned on the light, waved at me. I said, this is crazy. This is not a
Clark.
I have no control. So, yes, we're hosting a Christmas Day breakfast at my household. The menu is still being figured out because she wants cinnamon rolls. I said, listen, they don't want cinnamon rolls. We want pancakes. That's what we want. We don't want all that. We want omelets.
But what about her side of the family? What
It ain't
if they
about her.
want cinnamon
It ain't
rolls?
about her side of the family.
Oh, yeah,
It's
you
about
say
my
that
side.
now, but she's the one driving this. Kyle,
you're
accept
so
it.
full of crap.
Accept it.
No, y'all think
You're going
I'm
to be voluntold that cinnamon rolls are on the menu.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you. Listen, there's one thing when I'm voluntold between me and her. It's another thing when your auntie tell you what she expects on the menu because I already know what they want. Like she wants to get sausages. She wants to get the links. I said my family gonna want the round
Is this a
sausage.
two-menu situation?
It looks like it will be.
But Kyle, there's expectations from baby girl's family too. Your family isn't the only one bringing expectations.
Her family is a little bit.
You just spat on her family.
No, I didn't. Her family is a little bit more accepting and less judgmental than my family. My family's gonna come in here, and if we don't have what they expect, they're just gonna say stuff, and it is what it is. I told you, my mom told an ex of mine one time she saw her. She said, "Ooh, that dress look real tight on you. Your stomach popping out." Oh, what did I get? A phone call. A phone call.
Gosh.
She said, "Oh, Kyle, I didn't know. I didn't mean to say that." I'm gonna say this is
Even
family.
Bruce the dog just heard that and said, "What?"
I'm gonna say this. I love my mom, and I probably shouldn't tell this story, but when we went to Mexico for a wedding, one of my cousins she's having a baby. Her and her husband, they got like 4 kids, and we were in Mexico, right? You're in Mexico, you want to have your body out. She had her stomach out, the pregnant belly was out, and my mom said, "Oh, you one of them new age pregnant moms with your belly out, huh?" She didn't say hello, good morning, or whatever. She didn't say good to see you for the first time in 4 years. She said you one of them new age women. So that's what I'm trying to tell baby girl. And she know my mama, but when it comes to cooking food on breakfast on Christmas morning, there's expectations.
Yeah, I have a quick follow-up
Over to
question.
the KBN Sports Desk.
Before we get to Gary Ellerson coming up next to wrap up the week. So is this the first time the families are mingling?
No, they actually met each other at the housewarming party that none of y'all showed up to, but actually met each other at the housewarming party. Oh, they love my family.
Okay, good.
I didn't want to be judged by your family. I decided I didn't want to be berated.
No, they don't berate. They just a good time. My auntie was turning up. She's 70 years old. She was shot.
You must be stressed.
Damn.
You must be stressed for not only mingling 2 families, but the 2 menus, 2 expectations.
Wait, this is on Christmas Eve?
morning.
No, Christmas morning.
Oh, okay.
Christmas morning.
And
That Christmas morning is
that's
like
even
peak.
bigger deal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the biggest deal.
I'm not really too stressed about it because I'm the baby boy of the family from my mom, me and my brother, and I'm the baby boy.
That only
and
get you so far, Kyle.
No, I'm pretty well liked in the family. So like if the meal doesn't go right, they know who to point the finger at.
Who?
Potawatomi Casino Hotel needs odds on the
playing
success rate of Christmas morning of the menu of Kyle Wallace. I want live updates from Kyle. I will be texting you Christmas morning. I want to know how everything's going. And, maybe Christmas morning before I head over to St. Louis, I'll stop by the reserved parking spaces so I can place the last couple of bets before I head to St. Louis, because you know why? I love Potawatomi Casino Hotel. I love Potawatomi Casino Hotel because they provide everything you need for a first-class experience of watching sports, betting on sports. The food is amazing. Everything is top class. And if you haven't been there, go experience amazing. Go experience the movie theater of sports viewing with all these bowl games, NFL games on Saturday, NFL games on Sunday, college basketball, you name it, they have it on their TVs with great food to take care of you. Build your bets, PottoSportsbook.com. Potawatomi Casino, PaysBig.com/sportsbook, rather. See, that's the concussion talking. PaysBig.com/sportsbook. Build the bet, go place the bets, or just go watch unbelievable sports in the best video wall in the world. Gary Ellerson.
Hey, Ben, before we go.
GE.
Ben, before we go, let me just say before I get in trouble, I am so excited for Christmas morning and bringing our two families together and having a delicious breakfast.
It's beautiful. I will say. I will say this on the text line. Cameron says she is putting on the full court press for that ring.
She is. The food's going to be delicious. My baby can cook. Ho, 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 man.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
If I was as tall and as talented as you, if I could shoot as well as you could, both them teams would have won. Because you know what? You did a fake punch, you said, in the Rose Bowl.
Yeah.
And I would have did fake point. I would have took it to the house. I would have scored a dang touchdown.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com. The Homer Hour with special guests every day from 5 to 6.
Right now, they'd be a toss-up with the Herd.
People just don't know how funny mean you are.
Come on.
Well, I mean, that's mean, but it's funny, and the funny trumps the mean, and so you laugh.
But there might be some truth to that.
Of course there's some truth to
body.
The Homer Hour with Homer. Weekdays from 5 to 6. Right here on 94.5 ESPN and streaming live on YouTube.
An ESPN Radio Extra Point. With Evan Cohen, Chris Canty, and Michelle Smallman.
This game last night, more so about the Chargers and their win or the Broncos and their loss?
It was more so to me about the Chargers and their win because now they have a 97% chance to punch their ticket to the postseason. And we're going to have a lot of questions about Justin Herbert if he lost that game last night and about the Chargers. And for the Broncos to feel like they were on the precipice of winning this game and knowing what their remaining schedule looks like, this felt almost like a must-win for the Denver Broncos as they also try to get into the postseason. Not only did they have to face the Chargers last night, they have the Bengals and the Chiefs to close out the season. So I guess the answer is yes, it's about both of these teams as they try to make it to the playoffs. But Jim Harbaugh and the Chargers finding a way to rally, to be creative, to get that spark and win the game and get them within inches of actually getting to the playoffs, I thought it was a really important win for them last night.
FX's Say Nothing.
We thought joining the IRA was the noblest thing a person could do.
Northern Ireland, 1971.
They could beat us, they could shoot us, but the one thing they could never get us to do was talk.
Based on the true story and the New York Times bestseller.
You were taught that you were fighting in the name of the people. And I think people should know that it's all lies.
FX's Say Nothing. All episodes now streaming on Hulu.
Lowe's knows that to win the job, pros need the best prices. That's why only at Lowe's, MVP's Pro Rewards members can get a volume discount on eligible orders as low as $1,500 at the Pro Desk. That means you get the prices you need to start any job, small or large. Because Lowe's knows pros. Valid in-store only. More terms and restrictions apply. Visit Lowe's.com/terms or Pro Desk for details.
That to-do list you have needs one more thing. Chill. It's an easy thing to do. Just crack open an ice-cold Coors Light and chill. Take the afternoon off and binge watch anything. Go to happy hour and stay for a couple hours. Who's counting anyways? Or hang out with just your dog, because you've had enough human interaction this week. Whatever you do it with a Coors Light. Mountain cold refreshment made to chill. 2020 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Celebrate responsibly.
Why is life better with American Family Insurance? Because every policy comes with something very special. A trusted agent who's there to help protect your dreams by finding the right coverage at the right price. Save up to 23% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Panic strikes as you realize on Wednesday that Thursday is your anniversary. The reservations being secured.
We'll see you at 8.
The gift being purchased. Yeah, you've got this. Just like Associated Bank's got you with early pay up to 2 days early on direct deposits. So even though they call you Last Minute Lisa, we'll make your last minute scrambling a bit easier. You've got this with early pay from Associated Bank. See associatedbank.com/checking or ask a banker for details. Member FDIC.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Come on and get down on it. Get down on it. Get down on it. gonna do it if
Says
you
he
really
loves
don't
joining
wanna
us,
dance?
but actions speak louder than words. 3 phone calls from Alex Strofe. No answer, guys. Isn't that disappointing?
Dang, Gary, that's how you gonna do it, G, on a holiday weekend?
Seriously, one small ask, just 10 minutes of your quality time. He's always electric, too, and no go.
Typically electric. What's not electric, and they will have no electricity anymore in the buildings, is Party City is going out of business after
man.
nearly 40 years.
I'm so
saw
that. That in Big Lots.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I
What
told baby girl gotta
businesses
go.
do you miss the most, boys?
Toys R Us.
Oh, that's a good one.
Blockbuster.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, because I missed it.
I mean,
Blockbuster's-
Blockbuster's well known. That's close.
They
Is there
failed
one
themselves.
Blockbuster
They did fail
remaining in like
themselves.
one remote town?
I think it's gone
Even
now.
that closed earlier this year in Oregon.
Can you imagine being Blockbuster and seeing a red box and saying, ha, what a stupid business model. And then you see something called Netflix, and they're mailing this to people. Like, oh, that's so stupid. And you never once changed your model. You had a dynasty. You basically put Hollywood video out of business. All you had to do was go to a digital age and mail the things you already had in the stores to people. You could have closed the brick and mortar. You could have saved all this money, but instead they went out of business. Oh, they have to feel stupid. Love some Blockbuster.
Yeah, the
Yeah, it
Blockbuster.
certainly sounds like it.
I used to. My mom used to drive me different. My video game, I got to get it. It's at that Blockbuster out there in Kenosha.
Do you remember the stress of trying to get a video back to Blockbuster? You know, you got like the 3-day window to rent it, and then it's like day of. It's like, oh my gosh, I've had this for 3 days. I got to get it back.
Yeah.
You hustle to the Dropbox.
I miss the thrill of going into a Blockbuster and not knowing if they were going to have the movie behind the cover.
Oh, that is.
You know?
No, that ain't never
Like,
happened
that
to me. That's all hell being raised. That happened.
What do you mean? It's not. You can't go Kyle the Karen if they don't have the movie because it's rented out. You can't yell at people.
I thought you meant you rented it and it wasn't in the thing. I was gonna say that'd be crazy.
You know, that would absolutely be crazy.
I got another one.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Boston Store. Oh, I miss Boston.
I don't
Store.
even know what that is.
Store.
You don't know what Boston
It's like
Store
a
is?
department store,
Yeah, it's like
Strofe.
Macy's. Oh, Boston Store. I got suits from Boston Store to this day. Boston Store used to have, you spend $200, you get $100 off. Spend $50,
Oh
get
my
100,
gosh!
get 50
Everything
off.
with you starts with a deal.
But Boston Store was
true.
this might be from Boston Store that I have on
Do
now.
you think they went out of business because maybe they did too much buy 200 get 100 free?
No, they went out of business because of these online retailers and giants in places like Temu. I'm not going to say the real name of it. And these cheap places.
Temu.
Okay, thanks, man. These real places that are so inexpensive put this great American icon out of business, and Macy's is on its way as well. And I love Macy's.
So, are we bad people for utilizing
Yes.
Amazon?
No,
So
it's just
No.
the way of the world because
Convenience is everything, man.
it is. Because like even though
Yeah,
I
but we're
wish,
killing small business owners.
well, you can sell things on Amazon if you're a small business. You just change the way that you operate.
Yeah, I love small businesses, but I am one that you got to make sure your small business.
Yeah, Kyle, you
prices
said
are
earlier
right.
today you haven't gone Christmas shopping in a store in years.
Yeah. I do online shopping. Some businesses charge too much, but I support small
Well, and
businesses.
the worst part about in-person shopping is you go, let's say you're going to the mall, you're going wherever, there's a real chance you don't find what you're looking
Exactly.
for. And you have sacrificed all that time, all of that effort, and you might walk away empty-handed. At least if you're online, you can do it in the sanctity of your own home.
And you know how I shop. I literally order medium, large, because I don't know, some things are a little bit more snug or bigger than others. So
Wait, you order two things?
Oh, yeah. I got to get the fit just right. And so I order two things, and whatever I choose not to wear, I take it back. Oh, hey, Mr. Wallace, good to see you again. Here's the big box of clothes that I ordered that I want to take back.
Oh, yeah.
I'll order like
feels like a lot
$800
of
worth.
work.
No,
We
it's
are-
not.
we are
Wait,
like
how much?
Oh, so there's this thing called Rakuten, and when you buy stuff, they give you cash back. But
Is it
guess what?
Rakuten?
I don't know. Rakuten, Rakuten, I don't know. All I know is the cash back thing always so great because when you buy stuff on the Rakuten or Rakuten, even if you take it back, you still get your money. It's fantastic.
oh, wow. That's
One
Yeah,
of
you
the
get the
biggest
kickback.
thrills of my life used to be before 2 years ago. I used to do all of my Christmas shopping on Christmas Eve at the mall, and there was no bigger rush than doing all of it at once in the morning on Christmas Eve.
No, that's like masochist stuff. That's
I'm
like
a
enjoying
23rd
pain.
guy typically, but 23rd is going to be tough.
Why
this year
would
with
you
the
set
Packers
yourself
playing.
up for that kind of pain?
It's not pain. It's a challenge.
No, they're
well,
children.
it's not that
That's what
either.
children do.
It's literally just procrastination, which I excel at.
Excel at.
I'm with Strofe.
I'm great under
Strofe
pressure.
and I are the same way.
Yeah, I can't do that.
Yeah,
Like Strofe, when it came to a project, we know Brad got the project done in school right when they announced it, and it could have 2 weeks, and he got it done the day of the announcement of the project.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I did my best work the day before the project.
Oh yeah, me too. I mean, if we were to go back in a time machine and look at my college assignments as a communication major, I wrote a lot of papers. I bet a majority of my papers were submitted between 11:50 and 11:59 p.m., which was the deadline.
Oh, come on.
I did that.
I respect that so much.
I did that because I wasn't like these two. I would start one day, and then I would work on it throughout. And then when it got to the last day, I put the final touches on it. You have until 11:59 to submit. You can wait until that time. Now, I wasn't doing it the day before like y'all. That's
no, I was doing it day of in
Oh,
college.
my gosh.
If it was an 11:59
I would be
deadline.
putting the final touches on the day before and submitting it at least 24 hours ahead of time, just in case there's an issue with submission, anything like that.
Oh, you're
That
one of those kids. I'm the kid
like,
that email said, hey, something happened with submission. I don't know what happened.
When I was in like middle school, I would come home and try to cruise out my homework as fast as possible, even like on a Friday. Because it'd be like, you know what? I have the whole weekend just to chill.
Yep.
Brad, say your goodbyes to KBN Nation till next year, very quickly.
Bye, KBN Nation. I love you. I will see you in 2025. Thank you for everything. We couldn't do this without you.
So heartfelt. Ben Brust and Kyle Wallace will be holding
Really well
down
done,
the
Brad.
fort on Monday from 2 to 4. Strophe will join us at 3:45 before Green Bay Game Day pregame show. Have a great weekend. We'll talk to you next week. It's been Kyle, Brust, and Nortman with you. Homer Hour up next in 2 minutes.
I say, people, what you gonna do? You gotta get on the groove if you want your body to move. Tell me, baby, how you gonna do it if you really don't wanna dance? By standing on the wall.
Backups right now on southbound 41 from about Appleton Avenue all the way down past Capitol Drive. You're back on the brakes coming out of the zoo onto the bypass. Going to be slow all the way down and around the Haylitter change to Forest